Oh my God. Whoa. I didn't know that when I scheduled this in advance, people can already comment. Oh my God. I've never scheduled one of these in advance. I didn't actually know how to do it properly, but I guess I've done it. Oh, and someone sent me $50. Thank you, Sipe Sipe. Oh my God. What a nice, I need to start scheduling these in advance more. What a nice way to start this little live stream. I just, I, I'm not doing anything today. It's Saturday. I feel like I should be out socializing, but I went out on Thursday. I tweeted on sometime last week. I tweeted, my friend and I want to crash AWS parties because there was an AWS convention, and someone from AWS reached out to me and gave me passes. So I went out on Thursday and drank, and I'm still recovering because now I'm old and I can't drink more than once a week now because my body is just not the same. Okay, I should read these. Let me read these comments. Let's see. Excuse the awkwardness while I silently read these comments. Someone said I work for a social media PR firm. I don't work for a social media PR firm. They said I'm far from being a loser and I have more money than most people to rent in areas, whatever. I'm certainly not like unable to pay rent. I'm down bad from my Celsius losses, but I'm able to pay rent. Why is it blurry? But I do not work for a PR firm, so I don't work for anyone. What's the latest topic? You wonder what's going on with CZ and Binance. Yeah, I guess I can do another video on CZ and Binance if you want an update. I'm also interested in doing another video on the SEC filings from, I think it was June or July this year, because the allegations in the SEC filings were not included in the DOJ's, but I've already done one video on Binance, but I can do another one in the future. Someone says the titles turn you off, then don't watch it. I don't understand when people like click on videos or titles. Like, for example, sometimes I'll post a video obviously about Sam Bankman-Fried, and then sometimes people comment, why, like, no one cares about Sam Bankman-Fried anymore. And I'm like, well, you clicked on a video titled Sam Bankman-Fried. Feel free to not watch it. I literally don't give a single shit if you don't watch it, but you don't click on a video and then be like, why are you talking about this? I'm like, just don't watch it then. I don't care if you don't watch it. Don't watch it. Okay. Had a bad day. Oh, I haven't had a bad day actually. I haven't done much today at all. I'm sort of still recovering. Someone says I made back the 200K. I 100% have not made back the 200K. I think I've posted how much I make on YouTube and Twitter. Most months of YouTube, I've literally made a couple $100 on the ad revenue. I think because I curse so much, I don't know what it is, but my CPM is really low. Maybe because I curse a lot. And I don't know, I say a lot of bad words, not just like normal curse words, but like just a lot of things that I think maybe are not good for the algorithm, but such is life. Aw, thank you for the compliments. Let's see. Was I hungover from Friday? No, I'm hungover from Thursday, which is pathetic because I went out to the AWS concert on Thursday, Amazon Web Services or whatever. There was a conference in town and they had a little concert, which was kind of like a music festival. They had like A-Track and Major Lazer and I think some other big-ish DJs, and I went out to that and I'm still hungover. I just can't do it anymore. I can't drink more than once. Oh, thank you, Brent Bishop. Thank you, Brent Bishop, for your super chat. Hangover helper. Ugh, I'll buy some food with your super chat. Thank you, kind sir. Okay. Ooh. Let's see. I should do e-cig reviews. I guess I should. Okay, wait. I think I backed up. Let's see. I'm backed up on comments. Shit. Where am I? Okay. Sorry, it's so awkward when I forget that as I'm like awkwardly silently reading comments that people are just watching me sit here staring at my screen. God, this is uncomfortable. This is so cringy. It's almost like anxiety inducing. Like this feels like public speaking. And I hate public speaking. It gives me anxiety and this sort of feels like it, but I'm alone in my bedroom. So, whew. Aw, I love you too. Um, let's see. Yeah, are there any specific some people are asking what I'm gonna do my next video on. I have a couple of like little notes in my phone where I'm like, I might do a video on random things, but if you have anything you want me to do a video on, then let me know. Um, yeah, I've been eating a lot of greasy food, man. Um, NYC or SF. I feel like New York City is in my head like as a city, it is probably one of the best cities in the world, but that doesn't mean I enjoy being there. In fact, I feel kind of depressed when I'm in New York City because there's so much to do, but almost too much to do. Um, so it gives me I always have constant FOMO. Like if I want to stay in and do nothing for a night, I feel like I should be out doing more exciting things when I'm in New York City. Whereas in places like, well, I guess you mentioned San Francisco, but I'm currently in Las Vegas. I have zero interest in going to nightclubs anymore. I grew up in Las Vegas, so I just am not interested in clubbing or anything. So there's nothing that really entices me in Las Vegas. So I don't feel shitty at all staying in on is it Saturday night? I don't feel shitty at all staying in. Um, projections on an SBF contact. Um, I wrote Sam a letter in September and he didn't respond, but granted that was before his trial and he didn't respond to that letter. Um, I actually wrote him another letter yesterday, so I still need to send it. But I do want to see how he's doing in jail, and I haven't talked to him directly. Why is this weird? I haven't talked to him directly, but I am in touch with. Well, I think the closest I've gotten is that I've been in constant contact with Gene Borello, the guy who I interviewed in my last YouTube video, who was a former mobster or former mob enforcer, ex-mob enforcer. I don't know enough about the mafia, but that's what his Wikipedia page says. For the Bonanno crime family, but he was in jail with Sam Bankman-Fried and gave me some juicy scoops, I guess, about how Sam is doing in jail, his maybe extortion or some gangster's attempt at extorting Sam and Gene standing up for Sam in jail. So I have that full interview on my YouTube channel if you want to watch it, but that's the closest I've gotten to having direct contact with Sam since he's gone to jail. I hope I can talk to him again eventually. I just wrote him that letter, so I need to send it. How much did I put into Celsius initially? I've posted screenshots of my Celsius Network account. For those who don't know, Celsius Network is a now collapsed, bankrupt crypto company. So all the money I'm about to say is money that is now in a bankruptcy and mostly gone. So I left 3.1 Bitcoins, 11.6 ETH, and a handful, well, quite a bit of Matic and Aave, but mostly Bitcoin and ETH in that Celsius account. But that was worth well over $200,000 when I initially deposited it. And I think at its peak was around $250,000 and it's gone now. So your girl is not doing so well. I'm down bad. Some people think that I've remade that amount. I think that people overestimate the amount that I guess, first of all, anyone makes on social media, but me specifically, I first of all have a really low CPM probably because I curse so much. Secondly, I turn down most of the sponsorship opportunities I'm offered. I get a lot of crypto sponsorship offers and opportunities from exchanges like Binance or OKX or crypto exchanges. I've gotten a lot of offers from crypto exchanges and offers from random fucking meme coins, NFT projects, things like that I just absolutely don't want to promote. And I've made just a rule for myself not to promote anything that I think that customers could potentially lose money or get burned on. Just because the only reason I started my YouTube channel is because I lost money to Celsius Network. And then months after that happened, FTX goes down. So I do not want to be a crypto shill and take a cash grab to just get a bunch of money up front, but then, promote something that could ruin someone's life. So I have turned down pretty much every crypto sponsorship offer. The only thing is I've taken that are remotely in the crypto world are things that are more like, I've taken a claims buying crypto sponsorship with a company that I actually, if I was to sell my claim, I think is actually reputable. But that to me is not the same as like a crypto company. It's more like to get out of the bankruptcy. If you have a bankruptcy claim, you're able to sell your crypto claim with claims market. So that's the only crypto sort of sponsorship I guess I've taken. But yeah, I just don't do things that I think people could lose money to. It's not worth it, I don't think. I'm holding Bitcoin right now. Yeah, I still hold some Bitcoin. I'm not someone who's a crypto evangelist or is super gung ho about crypto, but I do still hold some crypto. I don't know who Abe Lin is. Someone says you wish you could support Sam Bankman-Fried. Yeah, I don't know what there is to do at this point, honestly. I mean, the verdict is in. I don't know. I do get a lot of messages from people who say that they'd like to support Sam in some way. You can message me about it. I don't know if there's much to do. That he was found guilty on all 7 of his charges. So I don't know. It's a tough situation. Someone says you should do videos on Binance. I have done a video on Binance. I can do updates. Oh, hey Jeff. Hey Jeff. I'm pretty backed up in my chats, so I just saw Jeff's message. I talked to Jeff recently. So I have a podcast episode with Jeff Nadu, or is it Nadu? Nadu. Let's see. Nadu combined video with Patrick Boyle and CoffeeZilla. I love. Well, no, this also I was gonna say I love Patrick. That sounded like I don't like CoffeeZilla. I just mean that I talk to Patrick more frequently. I talk to Coffee when there's something relevant going on. Like I talk to Coffee during the trial quite a bit and stuff. But I talk to Patrick all the time. Patrick is just so funny, and he, like I don't know if you guys know who Patrick Boyle is, but he's lovely. He's a YouTuber, but he does like really funny little Photoshop pictures. Actually, he doesn't use Photoshop. He uses like PowerPoint or something. But he does really funny pictures. So every once in a while, he'll send me some pictures that he's going to include in his next YouTube video, and they're really funny. He's a funny dude. Patrick is hilarious. How many drinks did I have? Probably like 7 or 8 that night, maybe more. Who did I like better, Matt Cox or Gene? I liked both of them. Matt Cox and Gene Borello have such different vibes. I feel like Matt Cox has more of a like professional vibe, and Gene is, I think, like less stereotypically like professional, I guess. I think he's quite funny, and I guess on a personal level, I do talk to Gene more frequently. Like I talk to Gene. Well, actually, Gene and I have been keeping in touch every day since we got in contact about Sam. So I talk to Gene very frequently. So I'd say that I'm probably closer to Gene Borello. Someone asked about Gene Borello versus Matt Cox, who I recently did videos with both of them. Do I have thoughts on Michael Saylor? I mean, he's buying a lot of Bitcoin. I'm certainly not as gung-ho about crypto as Michael Saylor is. I feel like he's just one of those crypto people who just, I don't know. I kind of giggle at crypto folks who are just so blindly optimistic and bullish on crypto and are just like, the people who think that Bitcoin's going to hit like $1 million in the near future. I'm just like, is it though? I don't know. I mean, I'm someone who still holds crypto. I hope the price goes up. I benefit from the price going up because I own some crypto, but I'm not like stupidly bullish, and I'm not someone who's going to try to pump my own bags and be like, guys, this is you guys all got to buy in. I'm not that person. So I feel like Michael Saylor, I just imagine all of his tweets being like, buy Bitcoin. Bitcoin is I don't know what he tweets. I don't actually follow Michael Saylor, but I imagine that most of his tweets are just about how Bitcoin rules, and I find it kind of funny and amusing. Someone says, even if you made back the 200K, you still lost 200K. So really, you should be 400K ahead. That mathematically doesn't make sense. Losing 200K and then making 200K would put you at 0. That doesn't make sense. How much time is Caroline Ellison getting? From the lawyers I've spoken with, like just in conversation, as well as people who have been through the legal system, people think Caroline Ellison and Gary Wong and Nishad Singh are going to get 0 jail time, which I think is crazy. Well, first of all, I didn't know that that's how the system worked, to where if you cooperate, you could actually get zero jail time for such a massive scale financial fraud. Obviously, I understand why cooperators would get lenience. But like I've said this in one video. I mean, Sam Bankman-Fried is facing up to 115 years in prison, and it's kind of wild to me that cooperating could get you zero jail time in comparison. I mean, leniency is one thing that I absolutely understand, but that drastic, the disparity between the two is pretty crazy to me. Would I rather hang with BitBoy or Charles Hoskins? Charles Hoskins just seems kind of boring to me. Hexfire Crystal Meth. Well, Hexfire Crystal Meth. Thank you for the super like. You have a funny username. Hexfire Crystal Meth. Was I surprised at my popularity after my first video of getting wrecked? Any regrets? Has it been mostly positive? I was actually surprised at the popularity. Oh, I don't want to call myself popular because I'm not like a big YouTuber in the first place. I feel like my channel is still small. But I was surprised that anyone even watched that video. My first video I ever posted on YouTube last year in July was immediately after I lost money to Celsius Network when they halted withdrawals. And I just put it out, and I expected it to basically just go into the ether. I expected it to get 0 views because I had 0 subscribers on YouTube. I genuinely didn't expect anyone to watch it, but I was going through a breakup. I was depressed as shit about losing that money. And I was just like, I need to do something with my time. I was having like panic attacks every single night. And every morning I'd wake up with like panic attacks. And I was really depressed. So I was like, I just need to do something. So I made a video just being like, guys, I lost a lot of money. I lost what was once $200,000. And I expected no one to watch it. It was genuinely just like me just shooting a video out there and being like, no one's gonna find this. Like I didn't even know people could find a video when you had 200 or when you had 0 subscribers. So I really wasn't expecting anyone to watch it. So yeah, I was surprised that anyone watched it in the first place. Oh, and I guess I didn't answer the question about BitBoy versus Charles Hoskin, who I'd rather hang out with. Yo, at least BitBoy's kind of fun. Like, I think he's a little off his rocker from what I've seen in the past few months. I've hung out with him at conferences before, and he's always been really like nice, friendly, and fun to hang out with. Does that mean it's an endorsement of his brand and anything he's done? No, I don't even actually follow him on YouTube, so I don't know what video. I know a lot of people are like he's a scammer, etc. I'm not saying he is or isn't. I'm just saying I don't actually follow him, so I don't know what videos he's made. But I will say he's always been nice and he's been fun when I see him at conferences. And I have a video with him actually when we were at a conference together where we were basically kind of chasing down Chrissy Mashinsky and Alex Mashinsky. So that was a fun day. So I'm someone who's happy to be cordial and be around someone who like I don't necessarily like agree with everything they've done or believe in or whatever, but if someone's nice to me at an event in person and we're hanging out, I'm happy to hang out, I was gonna say have drinks. BitBoy didn't actually drink when I was around him, but I don't know what he does in his private time or anything, but happy to be cordial with anyone who's nice to me. Can I talk about SBF's brother? I've actually gotten that request before to do a video on Sam's brother, Gabe Bankman-Fried. Maybe I can do a video on Gabe, but I will say that Sam hasn't told me anything crazy about Gabe. In fact, I've asked about Gabe. Sorry, burp. I've asked about Gabe, and Sam didn't necessarily seem to want to talk in depth about Gabe. There are very few things that Sam is a little bit like closed-mouthed about, but I do think that usually when I've asked him about his family, he's been a bit, I can just tell he doesn't want to talk more. He'll just be like, yep, our relationship is good. And he'll leave it at something really short like that. So I could just tell he didn't want to talk about those topics too much. Some people might read that as suspicious. Some people could read it as, he's being protective of his family. I don't know. But I didn't pry too much because I could just tell that he didn't want to talk about that stuff. And I would probably be the same. Like, I had one publication, fucking New York Post, that was trying to get information about my family. And I was like, why do you need information about my family members who do not have an active social media presence, don't want to be public? Some of my family actively does not want to be public. things like that really put me off if people want to know about people in my life that who don't actively choose to put themselves on camera. So I don't really knock him for not wanting to bring some people in his family into the picture. I don't know. Anyone can read that however they want. When's my first date with Elon Musk? Elon has not asked me on a date. He has commented on a few of my posts, but he has not asked me on a date. Someone says you loved my interview with Gene, who you've known. Oh, do you know Gene in person? Gene's been really cool. We've been chatting recently. Seems like a nice guy. I know he's probably done some probably bad things, but he's been nice. Sorry, I'm reading comments. Do I still plan on coming to Seattle? You know what? I haven't thought about if I should go to Seattle or not, because CZ, the founder of Binance, his court hearings are going to be in Seattle, but he's not going to trial. If CZ was going to trial, I would absolutely be in Seattle, but we're not going to see witnesses testifying against him. We're not going to see, the whole prosecution's case or anything because he pled guilty. So there's no trial. So I don't know if it's worth the money to fly to Seattle and find accommodation and stuff. Someone says, I talk like a news lady. Did I do any training? No, I did not do any training. I also don't really think I talk like a news lady because I feel like I curse a lot, but I do think that my YouTube videos are probably much more groomed than my live videos. My live videos, I'm just talking off the cuff. When I'm doing like actual YouTube videos about a topic, I usually do write down bullet points prior, so I'm making sure to read off of some of the things I've written down from reading articles and reading bankruptcy filings, etc. So those are probably a little bit more polished than how I am right now. Someone said that they put a legal pathway suggestion for SBF to consider. I don't know where you put that, so I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know where you sent me something like that, but have I watched the Highest of Stakes documentary? No, I have not. Maybe I should watch it. Why does this person, Mr. Whippet, think I work for a social media PR firm? I literally don't work for anyone. I don't work for a social media PR firm. I'd love to have you state what firm you think I work for and have someone dig into this. People who have weird conspiracy theories about me that are just completely false and like not even that consequential, I'm just like, why do you think I work for a PR firm? What PR firm do you think I work for? Feel free to post it and try to expose me because I don't work for a PR firm. I don't work for anybody. But feel free to post whatever evidence you think you have that I work at some firm, because I don't. Reading. Do I think TZ is going to jail? I've already addressed that in a video, so if you want to watch that, you can watch it. I watched Donnie Brasco the other day. It was so good. Oh my God, Donnie Brasco was really good. I need to watch Casino, but I'm also like, ugh, I want to do things. I just want to watch I want to watch movies. I want to sit around and do nothing. But then I feel like, oh, should I be researching for a YouTube video? Like, I feel this pressure. Like, I don't work for anyone, so no one's putting pressure on me, but I'm like, am I supposed to be like researching for my next YouTube video? I just want to sit around and watch movies and like eat. What did I eat today? I've actually just been eating Thanksgiving leftovers, which I think it's probably, it's kind of a long time. It's been a while since Thanksgiving, but still eating leftovers. Maybe they're spoiled, I don't know, but I'm eating them. Someone says, if I was charged with laundering $10 billion of crypto and the only way to drop the charges was to either kiss Sam for 10 minutes or sleep with Martin Shkreli, what would I do? I'd kiss Sam. I'd kiss Sam. I don't love Martin Shkreli. I don't know. I guess that's my answer, though. Do influencers get do you get influencer offers? I've already addressed that. Yeah, I get a lot. Most of the offers that I get are for crypto companies, and I don't feel comfortable promoting most crypto companies. I'm maybe okay with promoting things that like are adjacently related to crypto and that I research and think are reputable and don't think are things that retail investors could lose money to. But basically, anyone who any sponsorship offer where I think that people could end up losing money, I just don't take because it's just antithetical to the reason why I even started a YouTube channel. And I've turned down a lot of cash, a lot of cash. It's kind of sad. I had some offers that were like 13,000 for a video on specific crypto Web3 projects, and I've said no because it just feels a little scammy. Would you? What if I took one of these? I mean, because there's some that I'm like, this doesn't actually look like it would be harmful to investors, but I also don't want to get a reputation for promoting things that look sketchy, so I just say no. But it does hurt to say no to like offers sometimes because I'm like, I could use that. I could use that money, but. I was gonna say I try to keep a clean reputation, but I don't mean that in a professional sense. I'm not professional at all. I'm juuling, I vape on camera. I'm not trying to look professional, but I do not want to be seen as like a shitty person or a scammer. So, reading. Why does anyone care what I think of Michael Saylor? I've already answered that. I also don't think he's very interesting in the first place, to be honest. Reading. What do I think about Zeke Fox's book? I was mentioned in Zeke Fox's book briefly, yes. I haven't read Zeke's book. He actually sent me a copy before it came out. Zeke is nice. I hung out with him during the trial, actually. He's cool. He kind of sounds like a surfer bro. Like, I wouldn't expect that from his writing because he's such an excellent writer. Not to say that he's not an excellent speaker as well, but his voice is kind of like, his voice kind of feels like a California surfer dude, like as if he would just be like, dude, or he sounds like he's high. This is not meant to be a knock at him. I think it's actually kind of a nice juxtaposition because he's such an excellent writer. I was surprised to hear his voice, but he's cool. He's cool. I like him. I need to read his book. I also haven't even read Michael Lewis's Going Infinite, so I'm very backed up on reading. So got to do that. Do I consider SBF a genius? No. But obviously, I think Sam is a smart individual, but I don't consider him a genius. And I think I've met people that I think are smarter and more well-spoken than Sam. But I do think that Sam is very quantitative, and the way that he talks might lead people to think that he's a genius because he talks in numbers and he will assign percentages to everything in his life. And I think that could lead people to think he's like a genius, but I don't personally consider him one. I do think he's smart, but somewhat obviously misguided and a little bit delusional. But this person needs to stop asking my thoughts on Michael Saylor, or I'm literally going to block them. I already answered that, and I also don't think it's that interesting a question, so I will literally block you if you keep posting the same question. Will I visit Sam in prison? I would be happy to visit him in prison, but I haven't talked to him. I haven't actually reached out to him since before his trial. I sent him a letter before the trial started, like a month before the trial started. He didn't respond, but also I guess the trial was still going on, and I guess right now he still has a second trial scheduled in March, so I don't know if he's being cautious about who he talks to. None of the journalists that I know he liked have spoken with Sam either. So, I mean, I am aware of a person who has talked to Sam, but most of the journalists I've who had contact with Sam prior to trial have not spoken to him since he went to jail. But I haven't talked to him. Support for Sam is money on the books. I don't think that Sam needs money. I mean, I assume that his parents are financing his commissary. I don't think he needs money. Can you get a makeup routine? I'm not wearing any face makeup. I just have some eyeliner and eyeshadow on, but I'm not wearing any like face makeup. I mean, this takes like 1 minute to do, so it wouldn't be that interesting, a makeup routine. Let's see. Reading. Plans for Christmas and New Year. No, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I think I'm gonna go to LA next week though. Um, I'm sorry. No, I'm not launching a TIFF coin. Oh my God, I shouldn't burp on camera. This is really unbecoming. Sorry. Whoa, I'm really backed up. Shit, I'm really backed up on messages. Shit. I'm looking for questions. My favorite mixed drink. I usually order vodka sodas when I'm out, but I don't think they taste good. I hate vodka. I like the taste of whiskey the most, but it doesn't feel like a good drink to drink when I'm going out. What coins do I have? I mean, mostly Bitcoin and ETH. I have a couple of allocations in smaller coins, but what's my favorite crypto podcast? I don't listen to crypto podcasts at all. A video on Barbara Fried. Yeah, I need to make a video on Barbara eventually. What do I think of Elon Musk's message to advertisers who pull it out of X? I was thinking about making a video on the Elon Musk stuff that's going on, along with including what I've made so far on Twitter, because I noticed a drastic decrease in what I'm making on Twitter after the advertisers pulled out, which should be pretty obvious, but I was thinking about making a video on that. If I got my 250K back, what would I do with it? I've actually thought about that, and I haven't gotten it back, but I was thinking about like, would it make my life like happy? I obviously want my money back, but I was like, so before I lost the money, I was in a relationship and my ex and I were thinking about buying a house. So I really wanted that money to buy the house, obviously. But then my ex and I broke up and then I lost all the money. Okay, again, I've talked about this in videos before. When I'm smiling or laughing when we talk about Sam going to prison, I smile and laugh sometimes, and people think that I'm like being insensitive or laughing at the fact that Sam is going to prison. This is genuinely how I just react to bad things. Even when they happen to me, I just kind of laugh or make jokes about it because it's just so, I don't know, that's how I react to things. So I was in a relationship. I went through a breakup. I was really depressed. We were looking into buying houses. We were literally like knew what house we wanted to buy, everything like that. But then I lost all the money and was going through the breakup. So now I'm not in a relationship anymore. I'm like, I guess I'm not buying a house with a guy anymore. So I don't actually know what I would do if I were to get my $200,000 back from Celsius at this very moment. Obviously, I want it back and it'd be really nice to have. But that big purchase I was hoping to make at the time is no longer happening because my ex and I broke up. So, and I'm all alone. So, I don't know what I would buy. Okay. I'm reading. Thank you. My authenticity is what makes everything work. Thank you. Am I going to Consensus in Austin again? When is Consensus? I would go again. I do enjoy going to conferences and like I like hanging out with people. I like meeting people. If you're going to post. Someone was like, if you're going to post tinfoil hat stuff about TIFF, you better like the video too. Yeah, if you're going to post weird unhinged things, you better like the video or just don't watch. How will I stay grounded when I get really rich? I don't think I'm ever not going to be the way that I am. I can't imagine ever changing. Well, the thing is, I considered myself like pretty well off before I lost money to Celsius. Like I said, it was over $200,000 when I deposited it. I considered myself pretty well off. Granted, it's not like I was a millionaire, but $200,000 was a good amount of money for someone. Like, I'm in my 20s. Soon I won't be in my 20s, but I'm in my 20s. And I was pretty proud of having made that much money. It's gone now. But like the person who asked what I'll be like when I get rich. Well, first of all, I need to break even. Second of all, I've already considered myself well off prior to losing that money, and I don't think that my personality was any different than it is now. And I'm not someone who I think would change based on anything. So, Donnie Brasco was a good movie. Would I do an interview with Richard Hart? Would, I guess. He seems like kind of a dickhead, but I guess I would. I don't know that much about Richard Hart, honestly. I bet I'm gonna have some like Hexican, like angry comment at that comment, but whatever. Reading. Hmm. Hmm. How did I make the 200K? Well, a lot of that money was so the Bitcoins specifically, I got in on Bitcoin early. So I didn't buy into the Bitcoins super late. But the ETH that I put in, that was all my savings and all my money. And I did make a lot of money after college, especially during the pandemic because I set up a lot of online stores. I've already said this in other lives, so you can watch those again. But I made money with online stores, and a lot of those did really well during the pandemic because I think largely because people weren't able to shop like in real life. So some of my online stores did really, really well. And that was around the time of the bull market. So I bought ETH at really high prices. Um, I'm reading. How old is my dog? I don't actually have a dog. The dog I post pictures with is my sister's dog. Um, I don't smoke weed. I don't like the feeling of being high. What did I study in school? I initially got into school for architecture and then I switched to communications because I knew that I didn't want to do architecture, but I was just really good at physics in high school. And USC was the school I wanted to get into. And I was good at physics and I was good at art. So I just applied for architecture because I figured it was sort of a melding of those two strong suits that would make me look like a more appealing candidate. So I applied for architecture and immediately switched out. Would I accept a job offer from CoinDesk or TechCrunch? No. And I've already been offered to write for publications like CoinDesk and like Forbes, but I've said no to everything. I don't want to work for anybody ever. And I like being able to say that I'm independent and being independent, so I have no interest in that. No, I have not spoken to CZ Finance. Do I think Sam will get shanked? I hope not. Mm. Someone says eating Asperger's is a weird kink to blame my faults on. What are you talking about? When did I ever say I ate Asperger's? Eating Asperger's? Unless you're talking about Asperger's, but that's he says Assburgers, and if he's trying to be funny, I don't find it that funny because it doesn't actually make sense. Um, let's see. Reading. Who's the best finance YouTuber and why is it Patrick? I adore Patrick. He's just such a good person. He's a really, really good, kind person. And is very, very funny. What do I think about Caroline Ellison? I personally think it's crazy that she might get 0 time. Yes, I like peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. How do you know I'm wearing pants? I'm wearing like yoga pants even though I don't do yoga. I'm a poser. Please address the vaping. I don't know. I fucking vape. What is there to address? Some people are so fucking retarded. Thank you, Pendulmonium. will I post my Celsius loss? I have already posted my Celsius loss. I mean, it's in a lot of my YouTube videos, my screenshot of my Celsius account, but it's also on my very first YouTube channel video. I post a screenshot of my Celsius loss. Thank you for the super chat. Very sweet, very kind. Do I think Twitter will go bust? I might make a YouTube video on this. I mean, but to be honest, it's like I do think that advertising revenue was their main source of income, but so I don't I mean, Elon's gonna have to think of other ways to make money. I mean, obviously he's put Twitter Blue subscriptions in place and things like that, but I don't know. What platform do I use for crypto trading? I mean, the only exchange I still use is Coinbase, to be honest. I'm not sponsored by Coinbase. I probably would take a Coinbase sponsorship. I don't think they sponsor people, but I actually just don't think Coinbase is going bust, personally. Do I talk to Martin? I don't talk to Martin Shkreli anymore. Reading comments. Some people are like, take the money for a sponsorship. Can I take money for a sponsorship sometimes? Because I don't want to promote anything that could be scammy, but I also do need money. I would never promote something that's actually a scam. But I've just been like drawing a hard line in being like, I don't want to promote crypto. And I'm like, what if it's a crypto that I don't actually think is a scam and I could earn some money? Would you guys hate me? I would never promote something I think is a scam. I would never promote meme coins. I would never promote a bullshit exchange, or probably any exchange, because exchanges can collapse. But like, I don't know. There have been some projects where I'm like, I would probably promote this, but I've just drawn a hard line in the sand for myself, being like, I don't promote crypto. So it's a little hard. Is it weird being famous? I'm not famous at all. Did Sam tell me why I was the only journalist he spoke to on house arrest? I wasn't the only one. He had some one-off visitors as well, and obviously Michael Lewis was visiting him regularly. And he has like a handful of like favorite journalists that came to his house a couple of times. But I've said this in some videos, and I feel more comfortable talking about it after the trial, since the trial is over. But like, I do think that Sam and I did establish some degree of a friendship. Like, I talked to him about my life. He talked to me about his life. We talked about a lot of personal matters. So I personally, I know the man. He's convicted. He's a convicted felon. But like, we did sort of become friends on his house arrest, to be honest. So it was half interviews, also half like we kind of became friends. My experience with dating apps. Oh, I haven't really used them since I went through my breakup a year ago. I haven't actually met up with people on dating apps, I don't think. Maybe one. I met up with one in New York. I don't like the idea of meeting a guy on a dating app. Should I make videos on dating? Would you guys watch videos on dating? Because I'm going back into the dating pool now that the trial is over. Because the trial and the whole SBF story took up my entire life for like the past year, and now I'm getting back into dating. Think I might do dating apps? Would you watch videos if I made videos on dating? Honestly, because it's just like crypto and finance isn't my entire life. Like, I don't wake up and just want to talk about crypto every day. Like, I have a personal life, and I have like other aspects of life that I personally find more interesting than talking about fucking crypto every day. So would you watch videos? Like, what videos would you watch me do? Because I don't know how far I can stray in terms of like what people would still watch. Michael Kelly. Thank you, Michael Kelly, for your super chat. Love you. I appreciate everyone. I appreciate the people who send me super chats. It does help support me. It's very kind, and I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Thank you, Michael Kelly. Yeah, what videos would you watch me do? Like literally random videos. Is there anything random you'd be interested in me doing a video? Uh, because honestly, the actual like podcasts and things that I listen to naturally aren't necessarily about like crypto. Um, can I try to get in contact with the Kyber hacker? Yeah, I haven't followed the Kyber hacker story, but someone commented that like the only way to fix the Kyber hacker thing is to get Tiffany Fong involved or something, and I thought that was funny. Have I considered stand up? That's very sweet to say, but I have so much anxiety about public speaking. I don't think I could do it. Thank you, Antonio Arroyas. Keep personal life separate. Too many crazies out there. I mean, but me talking about things that aren't related to crypto, like I'm not really worried about crazy people hearing about like a date that I went on. Like I don't think that really matters. DCA or purchase a large amount. First of all, I don't think anyone should take advice from me since I lost money to Celsius. But I think that the standard wisdom is to DCA. Das Goose. Thank you for the super chat. You love my content and unique, tenacious approach to investigative reporting. Thank you. That's so kind. I appreciate that. I don't know if I said your name right. Das Goose. Thank you. I appreciate the super chats. Someone's like giving me stock picks and says to diversify. Homie, most of my investments, to be honest, like I personally, if I was to recommend investments to a friend, I'm really risk averse. I'm usually like, buy some ETFs, buy a little S&P 500. I'm not telling you guys what to do. I'm just saying, like, when my friends ask me, I'm like, I'm not someone who's like, YOLO it all into crypto. That's not my go-to response. Do I play musical instruments? What genres do I like? My Spotify Wrapped says that my favorite musician is Fred again. I love Fred again. Someone says, wouldn't it be better to give Sam a computer and phone in prison to let him make money back for customers? This is something that I've talked about in my videos, but honestly, like, I absolutely understand some jail time, obviously, as a deterrent, but I'm someone who wants him to be able to, like, I think that these fraudsters should be forced to work to pay restitution to creditors. Obviously, like, I don't think they're going to be able to make billions of dollars back that they lost, but I think they should be forced to work and just inch by inch pay back creditors over time with whatever they're able to do. Obviously, under great oversight. I don't think they should be able to start financial services businesses ever again and handle anyone's money. But I think they should be forced to work and repay creditors. I think that would be much more, it makes more sense to me than them sitting in a prison cell for the rest of their entire life. Again, I am not saying that I don't believe in prison time at all. I'm saying that prison makes sense to a degree as a deterrent, but like, Sam is currently facing 115 years in prison. Him getting a life sentence personally doesn't make sense to me. I know a lot of people get mad at that sentiment though. Maybe I'll do a full video on that, but I think it just doesn't logically make sense to me. I think it's irrational. Bitcoin Nashville. Yeah, I would go to Bitcoin Nashville. Would I like children? Yes, I want to have kids eventually. I want like a normal standard life in the future. I want to have kids. I want a house. I would probably still continue making content and stuff like that, but like I do want kids in the future. Have I been crying? No. But I do have a bit of a stuffy nose. I don't know why. How do I feel about gold? I think I own a little bit of gold. Would I consider myself high maintenance, low maintenance in a relationship? Okay, so in my last relationship, I think I was high maintenance only in relation to the fact that my ex-boyfriend's job and career path was to be an artist manager. So he toured around the world constantly. We were dating in the pandemic when everything was great. Everything was good during the pandemic because he didn't go on tour. That's when we started dating. And then when the world reopened, he went back to his job, which was being a tour manager. So he was literally gone for maybe 4 out of 7 days a week. And I think I was high maintenance because I was like, I can't, nope, I'm not okay with this. Who, I'm like, am I crazy? I don't think most people would be cool with their partner touring around the world most days out of the week or most weeks out of the year going to nightclubs because he was a tour manager for EDM artists. So he would literally just be at nightclubs for most days of the week. I don't think so. I think I was high maintenance because I was like, I can't. You need to. You can't have that job. Like, I can't deal with that forever. I didn't want him to like immediately quit, but I was like, I can't marry you and have children with you if you are gonna tour the world and if you're not gonna quit. That honestly is what led to our breakup. So I guess in that relationship specifically, I guess I was high maintenance in that I was like, no, I'd like to have a boyfriend that is in town for more than 3 out of 7 days a week out of like every week, every year. Like, so I don't know. Yeah, maybe I'll make other videos on online stores. Why don't I stream on X? I don't think that X has the super chat tipping feature, do they? For when you stream? And I do like these little super chats. And Twitter just feels more like revealing. I don't know. I don't know why Twitter feels like a little weirder. And I think that maybe there are more crazy people on Twitter. I don't know. I don't know. I haven't really tried. Do I have Asperger's? I don't think I have Asperger's. Yeah, someone says she's way behind on the chats. Oh my God, Sipe. Thank you. $50. Oh my God. That is so nice. That's so nice. Thank you. He says for hour number 2. Okay. Now because Sipe sent me $50 for this, I have to make it past 60 minutes. Okay. So we're 9 minutes away. So I'll make it past because of the super chat. Do I still have faith in crypto? I've never been a crypto evangelist. I've never not believed in crypto. I've never been pro or against crypto. I'm like, I hold crypto speculatively. I hope it goes up, but I'm not someone who thinks that every single bad thing that happens in the crypto space is bullish news. I'm not someone who thinks that we're about to hit $1 million in the next year, you know? Thoughts on Graham Stephan? I've actually met Graham Stephan in Vegas several times because there's like Taco Tuesdays that this guy named Lucky holds in Vegas, and it's a lot of the financial YouTubers. So it's like me and I'm a nobody compared to them, but like Graham Stephan, Andre Jick, sometimes that financial education Jeremy guy, and some other like influencer people that aren't in the finance world. But yeah, there's some people. So Graham is nice. He's a little bit like quiet, I would say, but he's nice. Promise to always be me. I will always be me. I'm not in New York City anymore. Someone said to take you on a bar tour. I'm not in New York anymore. Who do I recommend watching for financial channels? I don't actually watch a lot of other YouTubers, to be honest. I don't watch anyone regularly. Obviously, I would say that Patrick Boyle is one of my closest friends. I'm going to be totally honest. I don't watch all of Patrick's videos. Not because I don't think he's an incredible YouTuber. I just don't watch a lot of finance videos in my free time, to be honest. Because I'm like, God, I have to spend time making them. Like, why? I don't like spend my free time watching finance YouTube. And I don't even know what I would classify my YouTube channel as. I don't know if I'm necessarily finance, but yeah, I don't watch a lot of finance YouTube. Who's Humble Trader? Someone asked if I'd hang out with Humble Trader. I don't know who that is. Again, I don't watch a lot of, a lot of people ask my opinions on all these influencers and ask like, why are you not mad at this influencer? I genuinely don't watch a lot of other YouTubers. Not because I'm like obsessed with myself. I just watch things that are not related to finance. Like I do watch YouTube. I feel like I go through phases of like wanting to watch things that are productive. Like I'll listen to some Andrew Huberman. I'll listen to some, who else? Just things that are more personal life things. Or I guess Andrew Huberman is more neuroscience-y. But I don't watch a lot of finance people. Oh yeah, I'm gonna leave a note. Gabe Bankman-Fried. I've gotten a few comments on making a video on Gabe Bankman, so maybe I'll do that eventually. Thank you, Carrie Mache. Carrie Mache. Make vids of me pursuing Elon Musk romantically for an interview. That's funny. That's funny. Maybe I should I might do a video on Elon. But yeah, I don't know. Damn, I am really backed up on these comments. Shit. Okay, to get the well, genuinely, I'm just saying I'm backed up on the comments. The super chats do pop up to me immediately. So if there's something you need me to read like right now, the super chats actually pop up on my screen immediately. And right now I'm backed up on comments, but allow me to read through the comments. Am I going to interview Richard? I don't know. I've never talked to him, but sure, I'd interview any scammer. Do I like answering these questions? I mean, some questions are kind of stupid and things I've answered before, but I like chatting with people, and now I feel like I did something productive and somewhat social without having to leave the house and go drinking, because I don't want to drink after I just drank a lot on Thursday. I'm still not feeling 100%, so I don't want to go out tonight. Sam used you. You met him a handful of times. I don't think you guys know how many times we've met because I haven't stated it publicly. So it was definitely more than a handful of times, though. And I'm also kind of like, used me. I don't think I necessarily did favorable coverage of him during the trial. I don't think I was biased one way or the other. I'm almost more concerned that he's not quite happy with me because I wasn't necessarily vouching for the guy's innocence during the trial. So I'm more concerned that he's not pleased with me than like him having successfully gotten his side of the story out through me, because I don't necessarily think that I did that. So I'm kind of like, used me for what? I'm like, if anything, I feel like I got interviews. I don't know how that's seen as like him using me. I don't know. But I actually liked hanging out with Sam. I did enjoy chatting with him. And I feel like over those months, it was literally like, I'd go to his house quite frequently, and like, I like drunk dialed Sam so many times. I drunk dialed Sam at like 4 a.m. more than a few times. I was just like, Sam, how's it going? How you doing? Are you doing okay? It's not looking so good for you, Sam. It's not looking so good. Poor guy, at like 4 a.m. And he would answer. Honestly, you gotta give Sam some credit for putting up with fucking me. You gotta give him a little bit of credit for dealing with my fucking stupid ass. I would say the most unhinged things to Sam. I would ask him such fucking weird questions that he probably didn't want to answer. I'd get tagged in things sometimes on Twitter, and people were like, did you see Sam just followed this porn account? So I'd ask Sam, I'm like, so Sam, I saw you followed this porn account. Why'd you follow this porn account? And he'd answer me. Like, the poor guy had to deal with my fucking annoying ass calling him in the middle of the night and being like, why did you follow this porn account, Sam? Tell me. So he was always very patient, very kind to me. Gotta give him a little bit of credit. I'm not saying he was innocent. I'm saying he put up with my stupid ass. So shout out to Sam for that. Any court cases I'm interested in covering? I mean, I'll cover the Binance thing, but it's not as interesting as the SBF story because he's not going to trial. He already pled guilty. So I'm kind of like, it's not going to be super interesting to go to his court hearing. Someone wrote that this guy already emailed me. You wrote that Celsius is opening withdrawals to customers. That's not the case. There are different sets of customers. There are earn customers, which is the majority of customers on the platform because earn customers earned yield on the platform. And then there were custody customers where I'm like, why would you just leave your money in Celsius without earning yield and shit? Anyway, only custody customers can withdraw. And that's like the tiny minority of the platform. I think less than 4% of customers were custody customers that are able to withdraw. So stop messaging me that I can withdraw my money. I can't withdraw my money. That's false information. Someone's like, thinks it's cringe that I call Sam my little buddy. Then don't fucking watch me. I just literally, I've actually just never watched someone that I actively just don't like watching. I just like, just to like get upset at everything they say. First of all, if you're sensitive, you shouldn't watch my channel. I say fucking unhinged things all the time. I'm not very PC. I'm not very poised or like, don't watch me if you're a sensitive little flower. Like you're gonna cry a lot if you watch me. It's gonna be really hard for you every day to watch me because you're gonna cry and you're gonna be upset in your bedroom alone. It's gonna be really sad for you. So don't watch me if you're really sensitive. Secondly, I don't understand the concept of like watching someone just to be like upset at everything they say and get offended by everything they say. I'm just kind of like, you could just exit and do something else with your time. Go on fucking Pornhub.com. There are so many things you could do with your time on the internet. Go on Reddit. You can write your little manifesto. You can jerk off. Like, I don't like do anything else. I genuinely just don't conceptually understand the point of like wasting your time like angry watching someone. Like I just don't get it. It's not that I like need to police what people are saying. I just genuinely don't psychologically understand doing that. Like I've literally never sat around like looking people up that I actively hate and then just like spending hours watching them. Cause I'd just be like, what a waste of my time. I don't really like this person. They sound kind of dumb. I'm gonna move on and watch something else. People are so fucking stupid. What's the economy gonna be like? Oh my god, I don't know. I don't know what the economy is gonna be like. I don't think I have I don't know. Data crypto. I'm really behind on the chats. Shit. Pursue Elon Musk. I haven't talked to Elon. I mean, I've never DM'd with Elon. He commented on some of my posts, but I've never DM'd with Elon. Make a cooking show. That would be fun. Video on meatballs. Vlogging. Yeah, people. Well, I actually have a second YouTube channel. People are like, you can make a second YouTube channel. I actually have a second YouTube channel. I think it's the @handle is Tiffany Fong TV, and I haven't posted much there, but I want to. But I'm also like, I might just post some shit on here that is not related to crypto. Thank you, Antonio. Oh wait, no, is that the last one? No, thank you, Pendulmonium. I just saw the notification for your super chat. Would be cool if I visit Philly one day. Would take me to Reading Terminal. I go to New York. I don't have really plans to go to Philly. I don't know what's really in Philly. Maybe. But thank you for the super chat. Appreciate it. Conversations about mental health. Yeah, that could be interesting. Because I think about that a lot. I can have advertisers. I've already responded to a lot of these questions. Why is everyone wondering why I don't stream on X? I use X all the time, but I'm like, I can use two platforms. I don't know why people get like jealous or upset that I'm not streaming on a different platform. Like, I do post on X all the time. It's not like I'm not using X. Jesus. Oh, you liked my interview with the mob guy, and you said to interview more mobsters and fraudsters. I'd be down. I kind of find it fun to entertain or to interview those kinds of people. It is interesting. I made it past the hour mark, guys. I made it past the hour mark because someone that super chatted me asked me to. I don't play video games. Yeah, some people are like, you can take sponsorships, but disclose the sponsorships. That's the thing. Like, there are some. So my hard line in the sand has been I don't promote like crypto or crypto companies, unless it's just like not actually related to like actual like money, places you can put your money into. But like, there's some projects I've gotten offers for where I'm like, this isn't a sketchy company. I actually don't think this company is sketchy. But like, my rule has been I don't promote crypto. So I'm like, can I occasionally promote companies I don't think are sketchy? And like, there have been some companies that I actually use that have asked if I want to be sponsored by them, and I've said no, just because my hard line in the sand. But I kind of want to take some maybe sometimes, but I would always disclose it, obviously, if I took a sponsorship. Thank you. It's just Ethan for the super chat. I appreciate it. Why do I think Sam doesn't deserve life in prison? I don't understand that after thinking of the lives he's destroyed. Oh my God, this is going to be a long-winded thing. I don't believe in first of all, just at a base level, I don't believe in non-violent criminals getting the same amount of jail time or multiples more of jail time than violent criminals. The median prison sentence for murder in the United States is 17.5 years. The median for sexual assault, and I think even like, I was going to say that, okay, I don't know what words I can and can't say, but I'll say sexual assault is, I believe, 7.5 years or something around that. It's either 7.5 years. To me, a nonviolent criminal, I personally don't think they should get multiples more than a violent criminal. I know then the immediate argument is, well, Sam stole a lot of money to where people probably committed suicide, and it caused many more suicides. First of all, I'm very sensitive to the suicide aspect of this because, like I've said on my YouTube channel multiple times, I wanted to commit suicide after I lost money to Celsius. Granted, that was also because I was going through a breakup, so it was a combination of my personal life factors and losing the majority of my life savings. But I wanted to commit suicide after Celsius and my breakup combined. So I'm sensitive to that argument. But I'm also saying, if you genuinely don't see the distinction, because some people say he's worse than a murderer because of that. I'm like, if you don't see the actual distinction between financial fraud and someone who would actually violently murder someone with the intent of taking another human life, I just have to disagree with you. I'm sorry. I think they're different crimes. They are different in nature. And I think that the intent to take a human life should matter. Like, someone who murdered someone with the intent to actually take a human life, I think that does matter. And that is distinct from someone who stole money. Ultimately, I think it's horrific if people committed suicide. But I actually am not personally aware of documented cases of people who did commit the suicide after FTX. I'm not saying this definitively whether or not it has happened. Maybe I'm not aware. But no cases were brought up in trial. No cases were brought up by the prosecution. In fact, the the testimonies that we got from customers, I kind of thought they should have done a better job picking the customers that they brought in to testify, because they brought in like a hotelier, like someone who owned a bunch of hotels who lost money at FTX. He didn't seem super affected. Like, they didn't really pull at our heartstrings. I'm not saying that some people's lives weren't greatly affected, but I also would like to bring up the fact that FTX creditors are currently poised to make a lot more money back than Celsius creditors. Some of Sam's largest investments, particularly in Anthropic, the AI company, have skyrocketed. Oh, someone says, keep hitting the sack, keep on keeping on. Love your interview with the mob guy. I'm sure whatever direction you go, it's going to work out. Cheers. Thank you, Antonio Arroyas, for the super chat. I appreciate it. But so FTX creditors are actually poised to be made potentially whole, if not close to whole, because some of their largest investments are doing incredibly well. First of all, I still think that Sam was legally guilty. And I think that he shouldn't have made those investments in the first place, because he basically ended up using what turned out to be customer funds to throw money into illiquid investments that he shouldn't have been doing in the first place. I don't think that's okay. I am, however, saying that did positively affect creditors' recovery because it looks like, based on these investments doing so well, FTX creditors might come out of this completely unscathed, having lost nothing. Celsius creditors, on the other hand, more than 50% of our coins were completely lost. And then we've bled tens of millions of dollars in bankruptcy fees over the past couple of years, if not hundreds of millions. I think hundreds of millions. So we're poised to get back, I'd say maybe like 30, 40% of our money if we can actually wrap this up anytime soon. But ultimately, if FTX creditors do come out of this being made completely whole, which obviously there isn't a definitive answer about how much people are going to get back since the bankruptcy isn't over, then I don't know. I don't know how I feel about the argument that, all the money is gone, because the money isn't gone. I mean, honestly, FTX, the bankruptcy, is doing a lot better than Celsius. And I think even Voyager. Okay, I'm reading more. I'd be an excellent interviewer. I'd be happy to interview more people. Oh my God, Patrick is on this. So really high maintenance then. I'm probably kind of high maintenance. Patrick, I always end up saying so many nice things about you on my little lives because sometimes people bring up Patrick's name. And I have said Patrick is, I think, my favorite finance YouTuber, even though I don't watch a lot of finance YouTube. Ramel. Apparently FTX is planning to return 90%. Okay, Ramel Pogenberg. Thank you for the super chat. He says, apparently FTX is planning to return 90% of funds to customers. If their money is returned, will he still serve jail time or have his sentence reduced? Well, that's the thing. It looks like FTX customers are going to get quite a bit of their money back. He just wrote 90% of funds. I think that's 90% of the funds that they've already gained access to. But it apparently, from the lawyers I've spoken with, apparently it won't impact his recovery or his jail sentence. That's what the lawyers I've spoken to have said. So it honestly might end up turning out that FTX customers don't end up losing much of their money, if not any of their money, if this all does pan out. And Sam probably might go to jail for life. So we'll see. Damn, I'm really backed up. I'm still in the comments of people talking about my relationship. And that was a really long time ago. Shit, I'm really fucking behind. Should I just scroll all the way to the bottom? I am going to miss a lot of questions in the meantime, but should I scroll all the way to the bottom? Because I'm not reading any new messages. Oh, I guess I'm asking you that, and your response, you're probably like, yeah, scroll to the bottom, and I'm not seeing them. Should I? Maybe I should scroll to the bottom. I'll scroll to the bottom, fuck it. Sorry, if I didn't get to your message, you'll have to redo it because I am scrolling to the bottom. Okay. Yeah, someone was like, the Patrick message was like 2 hours ago. I get really backed up. I'm sorry if I didn't see your message. I'm at the bottom now. Okay. Yeah, someone says Sam was reckless. Madoff was really sinister. I think Madoff was really sinister. I think Sam is incredibly reckless, and yeah, he's certainly reckless. See, I'm at the bottom, but I'm scrolling up to read some messages. Someone says the point of the criminal justice system is not to punish the criminal, but to rehabilitate them. I mean, I kind of agree with that. And I don't think that everyone it seems like they like. I do think Sam does feel really bad at the fact that customers were hurt, although he won't say that he was guilty of the crimes, because I think in his head he's like, I didn't mean to harm customers. And I'm like, yeah, but I do think you're legally guilty. Like, you did deceive customers and investors. I do think he was legally guilty. but I don't think that his intent was to hurt people. It's a honestly, it's not something that I think is super black and white. It's tough. It's tough. Tough situation. But I will say that I don't believe that any nonviolent criminals should be in prison for the rest of their lives. Honestly, I personally care more about restitution, clawbacks, actually repaying creditors. As someone who lost money, I'm kind of like, I want as much of my fucking money back. I think they should be forced to work until the day they die repaying creditors. I want as much of the recovery back as possible. Did YouTube ever straighten out my monetization problems? I got monetized again, but I noticed a drastic ding in my CPM. My CPM is practically nothing. Like, I get practically nothing for my videos on YouTube. So I briefly was demonetized and I managed to get monetized again, but I noticed that my monetization, like, I get nothing for my YouTube videos, honestly. So I do need to start taking some sponsorships. But I would never promote anything that I think that people could lose money in. I never want to come off as scammy. I never want people to get hurt. Again, because the reason I have my YouTube channel is because people got hurt by Celsius and then got hurt by FTX. So I have no interest in doing a cash grab and, just taking a fat sum of money and potentially seeing people get harmed. So thank you, Maurice, for the super chat. He said, keep on fonging. Yeah, another person is like, yeah, you read 90% recovery as well. Dude, a 90% recovery for FTX creditors is fucking great. For Celsius, I'm not expecting any more than like 40% of my money back. Well, they flat out lost over 50% of our coins in Celsius. And FTX is indeed poised to do a lot better than Celsius is. So I think that they're certainly going to do better than Celsius. How did I get into vaping? I don't know. You just start vaping. I used to smoke cigarettes when I was in college, not regularly, but just at parties. And then I was like, oh, vaping seems like a healthier alternative. And then I ended up vaping way too much. So that's how it started. Alibaba versus Amazon? Definitely Amazon. I mean, I've purchased things on Alibaba before, though. Thank you, TCNN. Thank you for the super chat. You said, can you talk more about Wang's testimony early in the trial, doing a wire to the Bahamas government, then flying to the United States the next day to meet with prosecutors? So yeah, Gary Wang went in to cooperate with the government really early on. I think only a few days after FTX filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. Yeah, so he's been cooperating since the early days. And I mean, you asked me to talk about his testimony. I mean, I think Gary Wang was one of the people who really illustrated these special privileges that were put in place since he coded a lot of them. So he talked a lot about the Alameda's ability to maintain a negative balance on FTX, which no other FTX customers had. Sam has his own excuses for why these things were put into place, which some of them I think are moderately reasonable. Like, I don't think that the reason these special privileges were initially put in place were solely so that they could start YOLOing customer funds. The initial reason for some of these special privileges being put in place were that Alameda was the primary market maker on FTX. And apparently, had they not had these special privileges, then Alameda and FTX could have just immediately collapsed in these early days. So they put some special privileges in place when FTX was just starting to get up and running. But they never removed these special privileges when FTX no longer needed to give Alameda like the ability to maintain a negative balance or have this massive line of credit. So these special privileges never got removed, which is how a lot of customer funds ended up getting used by Alameda. So I don't know if I explained that quite eloquently, but I don't think that these special privileges were initially put in place for nefarious reasons, but I do think they ultimately later ended up being the way in which Alameda was able to take a bunch of customer funds. So obviously didn't turn out to be so innocent, but Yeah. Yes, I've heard of Mt. Gox, of course. What do I think of Robinhood? I mean, I don't personally trade a lot on Robinhood, but I think I have a Robinhood account. I probably have a few $100s on a Robinhood account, but I don't like use it or promote it or anything. I don't think I've opened it in like over a year. Mm. Do I think Ellison and Wang should also serve time? See, I probably lean on the like, I'm not someone who takes pleasure in people going to prison who are nonviolent. I'm not someone who's like, they better go to jail for a really long time. I'm not someone who like roots for nonviolent criminals to go to jail. That's obviously not a popular sentiment and opinion. I don't like take joy in it. I do, however, think that there should be some fairness and some distribution in responsibility. And I do think that Caroline Ellison did seem to play quite a large role in everything that happened at FTX and Alameda, and was in fact the one to pull the trigger on a lot of the big moves that were made. So it to me it just is wild that obviously Sam was the CEO and founder of both companies, but it is wild that he's facing 115 years, and everyone I've spoken to about Caroline, Gary, and Nishad say that they're going to get 0 jail time. Like, that disparity to me just seems massive, and I, again, obviously understand the need to give these people a more lenient sentence because they cooperated. But to me, leniency doesn't mean 100, because Caroline also faced over 100 years in prison based on the crimes that she pled guilty to. So being able to go from 100 years to 0, to me, feels quite a drastic shift in disparity. Maybe other people disagree, but it's just crazy to me that, like, being a rat can get you out of jail completely. Again, I'm actually not someone who sits around and takes pleasure in nonviolent criminals going to prison, but I'm also not saying that I don't understand why they do, because I think that the main reason why I do understand and agree with it to some extent is that there's the deterrent effect, you know? We want to deter people from doing this in the future, which is why I've never once stated that I don't think any of these people should get prison time in the first place. I just think anything that approximates a life in prison is something that I personally don't believe in. But I absolutely understand the deterrent effect. So, Lon TV, your experience as an investor who was significantly harmed by crypto firm, is this perspective lacking in the mainstream media? Thank you. I appreciate that. I do think that some people who initially gave me leaks from Celsius Network told me that they did like that I was someone who actually had skin in the game. So they knew I actually really cared about the story, and it wasn't just like I'm not a journalist who's just covering, you know, the Celsius bankruptcy because I wanted like headlines. It was because I had money and I had skin in the game. So I think that's why some employees ended up leaking me information from inside the company. And as I say that, I understand that some of you may not know my whole background, but the way I got started on all of this was obviously because I lost a lot of money to Celsius, ended up posting about my losses and posting updates about the bankruptcy, which turned into employees inside the company reaching out to me with big leaks from inside the company, like secretly recorded internal all hands meetings. And Alex Mashinsky, the CEO's entire transaction history and a list of all of his wallet addresses. So I ended up leaking all of those. But I think the reason why a lot of those employees would leak to me rather than Wall Street Journal or New York Times was because they knew that I actually cared and I actually wanted what was best for the customers and creditors. So I think they did appreciate that. So thank you. How did I come in contact with SBF's prison roommate? Actually, we just had a mutual friend. Actually, I don't remember the string of events. Someone sent me a video where he was talking about it, about how he was in jail with Sam. And it was someone that I think I was following on Twitter. I don't remember the exact chain of events, but we do have a mutual friend, Jeff Nadu. I don't remember the chronology of how this happened, but we do have a mutual friend, Jeff Nadu, who had interviewed Gene before, and I reached out to Gene, and yeah, so then we started talking. Yeah, someone says they don't think it's fair that they'll get no jail time. I agree. I mean, referring to Caroline, Gary, and Nisha, they said that they don't think it's fair that they'll get no jail time. I agree. I mean, again, I'm not someone who's like, all these people need to go to prison for life. That's not my stance, honestly. But it's crazy to me that them ratting on one person can give that person 115 years potentially, and then they get out completely scot-free. Reduced sentence makes sense to me, but being able to be like, I rat this guy out and I get to just act like this never happened? Okay. Like that's kind of crazy. That's kind of wild. Obviously, prosecution wants people to be rats, but that is wild to me. It's crazy. I have your whole heart. Thank you. I don't do New Year's resolutions, honestly. Should I? Let's see. I don't know who Whitney Webb is. How many lip glosses do I own? I don't own a lot of lip things. I just like use the same products all the time. You think the winner is Sam Trabucco because Sam Trabucco is getting out of this pretty easily, but I will say that Sam Bankman-Fried told me that Sam Trabucco wasn't involved in any of the stuff that happened, which is hard for me to believe, as Sam Trabucco was the co-CEO of Alameda Research. But I would think that Sam Bankman-Fried, if anything, has incentive to want to lay blame at the feet of Sam Trabucco so that, some of the blame was off of him. So I was surprised when Sam sort of defended Sam Trabucco and said, like, he really was not involved in what happened. So I'm inclined to believe him solely because I think the incentive would be that he should want to get Sam Trabucco more involved to be like, he was the real mastermind. He was the real villain. Do you know what I mean? So didn't the guy who was in jail with Sam say the judge is one of the harshest judges? Yes. Yeah, Gene Borello said that he believes that Judge Lewis Kaplan is one of the harshest judges in the system. I believe Martin Shkreli said a similar thing. He didn't say he was the harshest, but Sam originally had a different judge. Her name was Judge Ronnie Abrams, and apparently she was quite a lenient judge. And people were saying, "Oh, Sam is lucky he got Judge Ronnie Abrams. She's very lenient." And then Judge Ronnie Abrams recused herself because apparently her husband worked for a firm that once advised FTX on a legal matter, but they were not FTX's main legal counsel, and apparently it was just on one legal matter, and apparently her husband didn't even directly work on the FTX case or whatever, but he just worked for that legal firm. But Judge Ronnie Abrams recused herself because of that connection. So then Sam got stuck with Judge Lewis Kaplan, who is apparently much less lenient and much more strict and much tougher on defendants and convicts. So I was in the courtroom every day, and I will say that I don't think that Judge Lewis Kaplan was unfair at all. He does seem like he runs a tight ship. He doesn't deal with any bullshit in the courtroom, but he would criticize the prosecution and the defense. So he was very strict with both sides. So in that way, he seemed somewhat fair. He seemed fair. I do think that he criticized the defense more, but I also thought that Sam's lawyers were just overall seemed a little bit less skilled. Just my opinion, a non-legal opinion. But Judge Lewis Kaplan did seem very strict in the courtroom, so he obviously would have been much better off if Judge Ronnie Abrams didn't recuse herself, but it's already done. Can you tell me any funny dating stories, preferably one that involves a tech or crypto bro? Well, someone that I was dating at the time that FTX collapsed was in crypto and used FTX, and he claimed to me that he left millions of dollars in FTX. I don't know if I believe him because he also came off to me as a bit of an exaggerator, but he claimed that he left millions of dollars in FTX. So when I got my first interview with Sam Bankman-Fried on November 16th, I was actually on a date with that man. And I just got a text from Sam at 12:30 a.m. saying, "Hey, happy to chat, free for the next hour or so for what it's worth." And I showed it to my date and I was like, "Oh my God, Sam Bankman-Fried just messaged me. He said I can talk to him for the next hour or in the next hour. What do I do? What do I do?" And I was drunk on a date with a crypto dude who apparently lost a lot of money. So that's a short version of the story. But yeah, he told me you gotta talk to Sam and ask him where my fucking money is. So that was fun. Someone asked me who to contact about getting into your Celsius account. I mean, honestly, I'm not like, I don't work for Celsius. I'm not tech. So I don't mean to give you a not helpful answer, but I also honestly don't work for Celsius and I'm not a tech person. Maybe there's some customer service hotline to reach out to, or you can maybe tweet at the Celsius UCC or email the UCC. But I personally don't know how to access your Celsius account if you don't have access. Thank you, Prince Scott, for the super chat. I appreciate that. Wasn't he pretty hard on Sam when Sam was evasive during Cross? So we're talking about Judge Lewis Kaplan. He was hard on Sam during Cross. And he was hard on Sam. I mean, Judge Lewis Kaplan is the one who threw Sam in jail ahead of his trial because Sam was, granted, Sam was sort of pushing the boundaries of his bail conditions. He was doing things that I think very obviously wouldn't look good to a judge. Like, for example, he contacted former FTX employees. Judge Lewis Kaplan says that could be potential witness tampering. Sam was like, I didn't know I couldn't do that. Then Sam used a VPN in February to allegedly watch the Super Bowl. And I don't think using a VPN was explicitly written anywhere in his bail conditions. I don't think it was written anywhere like you can't use a VPN. So Sam kind of was like, I didn't know I couldn't use a VPN. And I was like, yeah, but like it doesn't look so good, man. Like, why would you do that? If it was me, I would know that wouldn't look so good, being on house arrest and using a VPN. But yeah, Sam did a few things that pissed Judge Lewis Kaplan off before the trial even started. So Judge Lewis Kaplan threw Sam in jail in August ahead of his trial. So Judge Lewis Kaplan certainly doesn't seem like he's Sam's biggest fan, but I will also say that Judge Lewis Kaplan was also quite testy with the prosecution when the prosecution would sort of fuck up during the trial or just do anything that annoyed him. So he was somewhat, I was going to say even. I do think that he probably was more critical of Sam than he was with the prosecution, but he did also criticize the prosecution, so. Yeah, Caroline claimed that everything was done under Sam's direction. Do Sam's parents still have millions hidden somewhere? I do think they still have millions of dollars. I don't know if they're necessarily hidden, but do I read my videos from script? There's some videos, some YouTube videos I don't plan whatsoever, and some videos I do like research a bit and like read a bunch of articles, read bankruptcy filings, whatever, and pull quotes and put them into like a notes file, and then I don't like stare reading them for my videos. I don't have a teleprompter, but I do constantly reference my notes and then like turn back to the camera to relay whatever I just read and put down in my notes. So, yeah. Did Sam ever mention thinking about running? No. I asked Sam why he didn't flee, why he didn't run off to a country with no extradition treaty with the United States. And Sam was like, I've never had an interest in fleeing. I never had interest in like going off and living some quiet life on an island. Like hey guys, at least he faced the music. I feel like he could have run if he wanted to. I was telling him like, I would have run if I was in your shoes. I would have absolutely run to a random island. I don't know why you didn't run. So. Reading. Do I have more thoughts on the OpenAI turmoil? I mean, there's been a lot of talk of this Q star thing, and there's probably more to talk about. But yeah, maybe I'll make another video on it. Maybe. Kelito Miguel, sorry, I just saw your super chat. Thank you so much. You said, love you, Tiff. Buy some more frozen meatballs. I will. Thank you for supplying me with more frozen meatballs. I appreciate you, Kelito Miguel. I love you, super chat people. Shout out to you. I will also say the only other way you guys can actually support me, because the one consistent sponsor I've been working with is Aura, and I'm not about to launch into an actual ad for Aura, but it's a company that I actually use and I actually pay for. I've gotten like one commenter was like, "You don't actually use this company you're promoting." I have, I wonder if I can pull, well, actually, I'm on my phone. I was going to say, I wonder if I can pull up my subscriptions, but I actually pay for Aura, and I'm happy to work with them because I actually do pay for an Aura subscription, and it's a data security and identity theft protection company, and I like them. I use them. They've gotten my like my phone number and my home address were leaked on the internet, and Aura got them taken down for me. So I actually genuinely keep a subscription to Aura to keep stalkers at bay and keep my information safe. And they also do like other things. They have like a VPN, and they have a whole suite of services. But I actually use Aura. I pay for Aura, and I will say that I have like a link, an affiliate link to Aura to sign up for a 2-week free trial. It's aura.com/Tiffany. Tiffany, my name. I don't know why I said it weird, but I have an affiliate link, and I will say that that is like the one consistent sponsor that I do work with, like that I've worked with for I feel like almost a year. Maybe it's been a year. I don't know, almost a year, and I've been using them for that like I think a year now. So I do have an affiliate link. I do want to continue that sponsorship with Aura. And I do think it helps me to have consistent people signing up to my link because I do really like working with them and want to continue with that sponsorship. So it's actually a company that I use. And I feel like I'm shilling right now on a fucking live stream, but it is actually a company that I actually use and pay for a monthly subscription for. But if you do want to support me and support the sponsorship that I've taken, because I have been very picky with what sponsorships I do accept, you can sign up for a 2-week free trial with my Aura link, my aura.com/Tiffany. This feels so cringe to promote on a live stream, but I will say that your girl doesn't make a lot of money on YouTube ads. I actually like Aura. I actually use them. And if you do sign up for a 2-week free trial with my link, it does help your sister out, your girl out with maintaining that sponsorship. So that's my only shill. I'm not shilling you any meme coins. I'm not shilling you any exchanges. I said no to a lot of those. But I do like working with Aura. Also, Robert Downey Jr., who is kind of one of my celebrity crushes. He's also the face of Aura. He's the face of Aura. Don't use Robert Downey Jr.'s link though. He doesn't need any more money. He did the whole Marvel franchise. He doesn't need the affiliate money. I want to keep that sponsorship. I love that sponsorship. And that's been my longest running ongoing sponsorship, so I want to keep it. Okay, back to the questions. I could use ChatGPT's VoxScript plugin, pull my video transcripts. I don't actually know what that is. Lawn TV. If you want to send me like an email on that, I don't actually know what that is. I've never used any services or anything to write transcripts for my YouTube videos. I do everything myself. I have no team. No one edits my videos. No one does anything for me. It's literally me alone, and it can be kind of overwhelming. Like now I can see, first of all, I don't have a huge YouTube channel, so that's the reason why I don't think I need a team, because I'm not big enough for that, and I don't make enough money to have a team in the first place and pay people to do things. But it is a lot of work to do, like research all the videos and like edit them, and like I don't. It doesn't. I guess it doesn't sound like a lot of work, but it is a lot of work, and it's kind of stressful. But no, I haven't ever used any services to write transcripts. Tiff is a huge flirt. Yeah, I do get a lot of comments on every single one of my videos with any male, and people are like, "You're flirting. You love him." And I'm like, first of all, maybe I am flirting. I do have I was going to say, I just have a flirty personality. That's just how I talk. I don't know. Everyone always comments that in every video that I have with a guy. They're like, "She's in love with you." And I'm like, maybe there's some people I've like talked to where I'm like, Would. But I get that comment on every single time I talk to any male, and I think that's just really my personality. Also, sometimes maybe I'm like, would. Sometimes. Oh god, I'm so unhinged. I really need help. I shouldn't say these things. I'm not saying that about everyone. I'm just saying that every single person, even if I wouldn't, people are like, she's in love with you. I'm like, no, that's my personality. That's the way I talk. I am a very giggly person. I don't know. But I'm not actually in love with everybody that I talk to. Sometimes would. Please ignore this. I'm kind of joking. I just forget that these things that I say are online and live online probably forever. So I probably should be more measured with what I say online. But I'm a loose cannon, guys. I don't know. I'm a loose cannon. Oh, God, I need help. I need to go to therapy. Fuck. Okay, what are some of my hobbies and interests? I don't know. Like, when people ask my hobbies, I'm like, it's not like I like secretly play on like a volleyball league or something like that, you know? So when people ask my hobbies, like there's little things I enjoy doing, but I don't have like explicit hobbies like I am actually in a secret softball league. You know, I don't have that. Help your girl out. I need my own clothing line. I do actually have a bunch of online stores that sell clothes, print on demand. My silly little designs. Sorry, I'm burping. Can you send me shib? Sure, you can send me anything you want. Send me any money you want. Oh my god. Thank you, BC guy. You could use a tripod or something to hold your phone. I already watched Donnie Brasco. He said I should watch Donnie Brasco last. Oh, it was so good. Donnie Brasco was a great movie. I'm in the middle of watching Casino, but I fell asleep last night. I've done everything I've ever done just on my iPhone. I don't have a fancy camera. I don't have mics, and I don't have a fancy tripod. But the only tech I have is this cheap, shitty selfie stick that I got on Amazon, and I literally plop it onto my bed. I hold my camera like this on this cheap, shitty Amazon selfie stick thing. So that's the only tech your girl has. And it constantly, because I put it on my bed because I like just doing these videos in my bed because it feels more formal or informal. I plop these on and it just constantly like falls over while I'm doing my videos. It'll just be like, and I have to keep like putting it back up. So that's my tech, guys. Yeah, I should get sponsored by a meal prep company. I would be happy to do that. Anything that can't lose people money, and if it's good food, I'm happy to promote it. How did I meet Joe Biden? Ooh, I might do a video on this. Maybe I'll do a Christmas special video on this. But I got invited to the White House Christmas party last year. Not because I'm cool nor famous, but because a random guy in the presidential Secret Service hit me up last year and invited me to the White House. Maybe I'll tell that story on a video sometime. But it was fun. Do I think the Celsius collapse helped boost my career? I had no career or following or YouTube channel. Didn't use Twitter, didn't use any social media. I mean, I had a Instagram that and my Instagram is still, like, you can follow me on Instagram, but I that's like my personal to my friends. Like, I talk to my friends on Instagram, but I wasn't a social media person at all before the Celsius collapse. So did it boost my career? I mean, I wouldn't have a YouTube channel if the Celsius collapse didn't happen. So you can think of that what you will. My thoughts on the Musk controversy. Yeah, maybe I'll make a video on the Musk controversy. Is there anything specific you're interested in my thoughts on the Musk controversy? Obviously, he recently went on the DealBook Summit and said, fuck you to advertisers. I do have some thoughts on it, but is there any specific questions you would like me to address about Elon Musk in the, if I make a video on it? Please let me know because I might make a video on it soon. Someone says Matt Cox is married. I don't think you have a chance. Yeah, so a lot of people thought that I was like in love with Matt Cox. he he well, I don't want to sound offensive. I'm just saying his wife was literally like in the conversation. There was zero like romantic thing happening there. But so I thought it was funny that people were commenting that I like wanted to fuck Matt Cox. I'm saying I wanted to say would not, and that sounds offensive and personal. It's not because he seems like a really cool guy. I'm saying he's married. I do not fuck with married dudes. There was zero interest there. I'm just being clear. So no. Hi, Dave Digital. Thank you for the super chat. Love you. Love you. If you send me a super chat, I will tell you that I love you. I love you, Dave Digital. Tiff, do I love dueling pianos? Come to Piano Maddie B's in 20 minutes. Where is that? Is that in Las Vegas? I'm in Las Vegas right now, and I don't know what dueling pianos are, so I will not be going there because I don't know what that is. And I don't know what city you think I'm in, but I'm in Las Vegas right now. But thank you for the super chat, and I love you. Someone's like, I'm gonna make shorts from this video. Please don't, because things will be taken out of context and I say really unhinged things. How many languages do I speak? Only English. Only English. I'm Chinese and Korean and I don't speak either of them. I'm a failure. I'm a disappointment to my family. I'm sorry. Drop F-bombs for you? Maybe. I was gonna do it, but maybe. I do say it. I do drop F-bombs all the time. Angel Heart. Is Angel Heart like a mob movie? I do actually really enjoy doing lives though. It feels like I'm like hanging out with people and I'm not, and I don't have to go out drinking to feel like I did something this weekend. It's nice. It's fun. Oh, you enjoy everything I do. Thank you. Everyone who hates Twitter refuses to leave it, right? I still like Twitter. My Twitter, I would say, well, I do have a bigger following on Twitter than I do on YouTube. So if you want to follow me on Twitter, I'm on Twitter at Tiffany Fong with 1_ because we need to find whoever has Tiffany Fong with no underscore, and we need to kick her off the platform. We need to, I don't know. I was going to say something really drastic. I shouldn't say anything drastic. I would like to not have an underscore under my name though. The Matt Cox chat was really nice. It was, and I thought that interview was really good, and it became quite emotional, and I would recommend watching my Matt Cox interview if you haven't watched it. It was really enlightening and got emotional, and I thought that was a really great interview. And it was intended to be him interviewing me, but it turned into me interviewing him. Also, who else would you like me to interview? Is there anyone else you would like me to interview in the future? How do you do a super chat? I don't know, because I'm not on your end, but if you do a super chat, I will tell you I love you. Johnny O. Johnny O just sent me $100. Thank you, Johnny O. Johnny O, I love you. Johnny O, I love you. You didn't even send a message or a question for me to answer, but I love you. I appreciate you. Thank you to Johnny O. We love Johnny O. We collectively, all of us here, we all love Johnny O. Opinion on Martin Shkreli. I don't really talk about Martin Shkreli anymore. What state am I from? I'm from Las Vegas, Nevada. Have I ever been heartbroken? Yes. My biggest heartbreak was right before I lost all my money to Celsius. And that's part of the reason I started my YouTube channel. I mean, I was already depressed from my heartbreak. I think we broke up. We broke up, I think, right after my birthday in March. And then we did the whole thing where we were continuing to see each other. Carrie Matchett, Carrie Matchett or Matchett. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right. Love you, Carrie Matchett. Thank you for the super chat. You said, ask Elon to marry you and ask him if he knows who Wolfgang Pauli is. I don't know who Wolfgang Pauli is personally. I'll screenshot it in case I ever talk to Elon, but I haven't had a one-on-one conversation with Elon. But thank you, and I love you. Thank you for the super chat. You need a Twitch channel. Does anyone know the benefits of streaming on Twitch versus streaming on YouTube. I think I have a Twitch. I'm a dumb bitch. So I got a Twitch channel like a year ago and I got my name, Tiffany Fong, with no underscores, no numbers, no anything. And then I have now forgotten the password to that. I don't even remember what email I signed up with. Don't remember. So now I'm like mad that someone has my username and that username is taken, but the person who took it is me. And I'm just a stupid bitch and I forgot the password. So but I can make a new Twitch channel, but it'll have like a number in it or something, unfortunately, which is fucking annoying. But what's the benefit of streaming on Twitch versus on YouTube? Please let me know. Dave Digital says, Maddie on YouTube is silly. Thank you for the super chat. Love you, Dave Digital. Love you. Thank you, Lon TV. Love you. Love you, Lon TV. No need to tell. Oh, you said no need to tell me you love me, but I do want to support your efforts. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. You can ignore the I love you, even though I do love you. But you can ignore it if you want to. Fine. Oh, I might have already said thank you to some of these people. I think I'm just backed up in the chats. Might have double thanked some people. You want me to interview Warren Buffett or Joe Biden? Those are reaches. Those are reaches. But maybe. Logan Paul, also a reach. Would be cool. I would do it, but also a reach. Also, thank you guys for the super chats. Honestly, it is so nice. Your girl has not made her money back from Celsius, so it's very nice. Really appreciate it. Tiff Fong relationship channel, please. So I have a second channel, and I can post more personal things on that channel. I think the username is Tiffany Fong TV, because I didn't know what to name it. But I also am like, can I just post that kind of stuff on my main channel? Would you guys unfollow me if I posted non-crypto news related things on this channel? Would you guys unfollow me? Twitch sucks. Don't do. People said Twitch has great emotes. Streaming on Twitch is more immature people. Lon TV says that your wife might hear. I love you platonically. I just appreciate the support. Thank you for supporting my journalism, Lon TV. Thank you. No, I appreciate it. More chats with Patrick Boyle. I love Patrick. I always profess my love for Patrick on these live streams. I'm also so embarrassed for Patrick to watch anything I do because I feel like Patrick is super smart. And I'm just like kind of a joke compared to Patrick. So I'm just like, Patrick, please don't watch my videos. I'm such a fucking joke compared to you. Because Patrick is very smart. Patrick, I think, like worked, he started a hedge fund or something. Like Patrick is a real actual like finance guy. He's written books. He's a professor. I'm like, Patrick, don't waste your time watching me. I'm so fucking stupid next to you. Don't watch my shit, Patrick. Like I'm not gonna try to compete on like who knows more about finance between me and Patrick. Patrick knows more. So I'm just like, please don't watch my stuff, Patrick. But I do constantly profess how much I adore Patrick. He's just such a good human being. He's just like in the early days before, well, first of all, I still don't have a big following. When I say things like before I had a following, it makes it sound like I think I'm like have gotten big now. First of all, everything I have is still very small. But I reached out to Patrick in the very early days of me having a YouTube channel, and he was always so nice and so supportive. And you know, I just really, you can tell when someone's being nice to you because they want something from you, or because they are like just nice to you because you have a following or something. But Patrick I've talked to since I had no following. Carrie Machet. Wolfgang Pauli was a genius physicist. You said you were good at physics. I was good at physics in high school, but I don't like read about physics in my free time or anything like that. It was just something I was really good at when I was in high school. And I won. I should find my physics award. I still have my physics award somewhere, but I won the #1 physics student in my class in high school. So I'm still proud of that because I've only gone downhill since then. But But yeah. What I thought I was going to do career-wise growing up. I always had like existential crises about what I would do in a career because I had zero interest in ever working for anyone. I had no interest in climbing up a corporate ladder just to get promotions and for what, like, to have people pat me on the back for whatever corporate position I ended up holding. Like, that all just didn't seem interesting to me. So I was like, how do I make money without having to work as a fucking cog in the machine? So I don't know. I didn't really have an aspiration. And I would love and be happy to be able to support myself not having to work for anybody. All tip all the time, 24/7. Thank you, Kalito. And thank you for your previous super chat. Appreciate that. What would I invest in if I had everything back? I'd probably buy property. I wanted to buy a house with my ex-boyfriend, but that didn't work out too well, did it? Did it? I'm kind of joking. Yeah, diversify the channel. Tell me what topics you'd like me to talk about. Like anything. Like, doesn't have to be related to crypto or finance. What topics would you like me to talk about? A lot of you love Patrick as well. You guys are like, you love Patrick. He's hilarious. Patrick is a lovely man. He's so funny. He's so funny. So lovely. Always been nice to me since the very beginning of me starting my YouTube channel. And I respect people who are nice to people and don't want anything in return. I feel like I've come across a lot of other sort of influencer type people in the space who you can tell like want something from you, or even like, you know how I had interviews with Sam. I've had influencers like offer me gobs of money to get their hands on that stuff. You know, like, it's just, I've turned down everything. I've never sold any of my interviews with Sam to anybody, things like that. But I'm just saying, like, you can tell when someone is trying to, like, only angling because they want something from you. And, yeah, Patrick's always been just a good person, never wanted anything from me and everything like that. So we love Patrick. Big fans. Oh, Coffee did a video on Tether? Oh, maybe I should watch it. I haven't watched it. Am I okay financially? Luckily, I live really cheaply. I live very, very cheaply. I was posting, I post a lot of updates on Twitter. Like, when I was living in New York City, I literally subsisted on frozen food. I was mostly eating Trader Joe's meatballs and just frozen meals. I'm really not, someone asked me if I was high maintenance in relationships. I'd say I'm really low maintenance it's just my day-to-day life. I don't really need to do anything like fancy. I guess I do spend, the one thing I spend on is traveling. Sipe for hour 3. Tell me you love me. JK, LOL. No, Sipe, I will tell you I love you. Sipe, I love you. And oh God, hour 3. We're almost at hour 3. Are we almost at hour 3? Oh my God. Well, I love you, Sipe. Thank you for the super chat. Carrie Mache, thank you for the super chat, Carrie. We can watch movies with you on Twitch. Watch party. So is Twitch better for like watching things? Is that what the main appeal is? Also, if I were to stream a movie and watch it with you guys, would that be like, I was going to say copyright infringement. I don't think that's the right word, but would that be illegal? I don't know. I would happily watch movies with you guys. That would be fun. That'd be exciting. You know, maybe I should do like a membership thing, because I don't know if I want to like sit around doing nothing with like everybody, but if I had like a small little community and I just like did stupid shit all day, that would be fun. You sold all your property. Chat with Ross Ulbricht. I would love to chat with Ross. Juan Pablo Corsi. I would hot you up. Well, Juan Pablo Corsi, thank you for the super chat. Love you, Juan Pablo Corsi. Property is not as great as an investment. Well, the thing I think would be potentially interesting about property would be potentially renting it out and earning income, somewhat passive income. But I also don't know if I want to deal with actually managing a property and, you know, if there's any problems with the property, having to go fix them or hire a property manager, that might not be fun. So I don't know that I would immediately buy property. I also don't know where I want to live long term, so I don't know where I want to actually invest, hundreds of thousands, if not like, I don't know, some places I'm sure I can't buy a property for under $1 million. I'm not sure if, first of all, I can afford that in the first place, but I don't know where I'd want to buy a house. Why didn't I sell my interviews with Sam? I don't know. I've been offered a lot of money. First of all, and I know this is unpopular for me to admit, but now that the trial is over, I have been more openly stating that I did consider Sam a friend. We did talk a lot during his house arrest. I didn't want to, I'm going to be completely honest. I did not want anything that he said to me to actually turn into him getting more jail time or prison time, which is also why when the DOJ reached out to me, I like refused to hand over anything. Some people might get mad at that. Some people are probably like, why wouldn't you cooperate with the government against Sam? Some people obviously fucking hate Sam. But I would feel ethically bad about someone who, like, I think trusted me and talked to me, potentially getting burned by wanting to talk to me. Like if someone talked to me and it ended up getting them prison time, more prison time, he's obviously gonna get a lot of prison time. But if it ended up like hurting and ruining their lives more, I'd feel bad about that. That would make me feel bad. So I am happy to forego money to not feel like a shitty person. And that's just how I will always be. I don't think taking money is ever worth it if it's something that you don't feel like ethically good about. And that's why like I don't promote, I have turned down a lot of those crypto sponsorships and stuff, but yeah, I just don't think the cash grabs are worth it usually. And I think that a lot of people who are offering me the most money for those audios were people who I knew like wanted to get Sam and wanted him to like get more prison time. So I knew that their intent was not aligned with my intent. So I didn't feel ethically good about that. So no, I haven't sold any of my audios. I think that when everything is over, when Sam is already sentenced and when the potential second trial is already over, I do want to think about what I want to do, because Sam gave me permission to do something long form on him. So I do want to think about what to do with my interviews with Sam over house arrest, but as of now, I am not like selling them or doing anything like that. Oh shit, sorry, I'm reading more messages. Twitch can make more money off of subscribers. Twitch, you can make more money off subscribers over YouTube donations. So do you make more money on Twitch? Does someone know that? Is that a fact? Sorry, I am backed up again in my messages. Shit. Is this really live? Yes, it is really live, but I'm backed up in my messages. Sorry, I'm burping. I'm disgusting. Do not buy in Las Vegas. You don't recommend buying property? Well, a lot of people are saying this as though I'm about to buy property. Your girl doesn't have enough money to buy property in the first place, so I'm not about to buy property. But I was just thinking like, yeah, maybe. I'm a natural streamer. I can So should I do Twitch? Can you guys go follow me on Twitch? I think I did secure the handle Tiffany Fong TV on Twitch. Anyone who uses Twitch, if you want to follow me, I think I got the handle Tiffany Fong TV. I had Tiffany Fong, but I don't remember the password to getting into that account. Tiffany Fong. But so my Twitch username is Tiffany Fong TV, so I might start streaming there sometime. Oh, thank you for respecting my ethics policy. I appreciate that. Yes, cash grabs are not worth it. I agree. I'm glad you liked my interview with Jean Perello. I need to create my own lip gloss brand. Will I marry Sam? No. I mean, Sam hasn't proposed. If he proposed, I would think about it. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. People make a living on Twitch. Damn, maybe I really should start using Twitch. Damn it. Can you please go follow me on Twitch if you guys use Twitch? Tiffany Fong TV is my username, I think. I'm pissed off that I lost my password to Tiffany Fong, but I know you're saying I could reset my password. I've tried, so it asks you your username and then the associated email address or phone number. And I have a lot of random email addresses just because, like when you're signing up for different accounts for things, I like use different emails. And I've tried every email address and I can't get into my account. So I've tried, trust me, I've tried. And I gave up to the point to where I made a new account because I spent like a couple days trying to get into that Twitch account. Oh, you follow me on Twitch. Thank you. Do I collaborate with Carly Riley? I mean, we never collaborated. We just were like in trial together. So we would sometimes like do a video after trial, but we don't like collaborate or anything. First follower. Oh, you followed me there? Yeah. Oh, so you guys don't use Twitch. I've emailed Twitch support. But also, don't send me the same question like a million times. I'm sorry. But like, if I've answered it, don't resend the question. Carrie Mache, you do watch parties and Twitch is connected to Amazon, not illegal. Oh, that's cool. Thank you for this input, Carrie. And also thank you for the super chat. I love you. Thank you for the super chats. I really do appreciate that. I didn't know that. Okay, I need to look into Twitch. If you have Twitch, I guess follow me on Tiffany Fong TV. I'm still obsessed. You know what? You can follow both of them. If I manage to get back into Tiffany Fong, then I'll use it. But so far, it's been no luck. I've tried emailing support and they were like, well, you need your associated email. And I'm like, I've tried every email that I can remember and I can't get in. So, yeah. Let you be my manager. I've been getting a lot of people who want to be my managers recently. And they want to take like a 20% cut of everything I make. I'm kind of like, I've managed to secure some sponsorships on my own. And they want to take a 20% cut of like even the sponsorships that I've gotten on my own. I'm like, you can take a cut of something. If you secured me something that I wasn't able to get myself, then take a cut of that. But I don't see why some managers want to take a cut of everything I've ever made or will ever make. I don't want that. And I also just prefer being independent. So I want to hold off on having a manager as long as possible. Right now it's just me solo. I don't have a manager. I don't have a team. I've gotten some offers, but it's so far just me solo. And I will say that my one longest ongoing sponsor, and I have a couple of other sponsors that I need to have discussions with about whether or not we want to continue, but my one ongoing sponsor, I will shill again, is Aura, aura.com/Tiffany. It's a service that I literally pay for every month. I literally pay for an Aura subscription. If I wasn't using my phone right now, I would show you, but I pay for an Aura subscription because they've gotten my information removed. I think like data brokers basically sell your information to sketchy websites. So I've had my phone number, home address, passwords leaked, and Aura has removed that for me. So that is my ongoing sponsorship that I've had for the longest period of time. I have taken other sponsorships, but the only reason I'm plugging Aura is because it's been my longest one. And it does help me maintain my sponsorship with Aura if you do sign up for my free trial. It is a 2-week free trial. Honestly, if you don't like it, you don't have to continue after the free trial if you don't like it. It is something that I personally use and I actually pay for. And I guess I can bring up like actual receipts next time I'm not on a live stream because I can't pull it up for you. I don't know how to maybe you can screen share. I don't know. But yeah, it does support my longest running sponsorship if you do sign up for my aura.com/Tiffany free trial. And obviously if you don't like them, then I'm not trying to force you into like subscribing to something that you don't like, but it's a 2-week free trial. So if you don't like it, you can cancel, but it is my longest going sponsorship. Anyway, what is my Twitch? I've already said it, but it is Tiffany Fong, I think Tiffany Fong TV. Tiffany Fong TV. A long time ago, I got the Tiffany Fong with no TV as my username, and I don't remember the password, can't get into it. I've tried contacting customer support. Someone says, thanks for plugging them. I'll have to check them out. Oh yeah, if you do sign up for my sponsorship with Aura, for my Aura thing, let me know. And I will also tell you that I love you because I'll shout you out like a super chat because I would like to maintain that sponsorship. they're not sketchy, and yeah, it's been my longest running. I have 5 followers on Twitch. Better than I thought. I still haven't used Twitch, so yeah, if you want to follow me on Twitch, feel free to. Maybe I'll start streaming on Twitch. Mental health. Yeah, I would be interested in making mental health related videos. Because I used to be really, really, really depressed. Oh, Geostone. You're a smart girl and down to earth. Be independent makes you strong. Thank you, Geostone, for the super chat. Thank you. Oh my God. And I got another super chat. Thank you, Rick Giannini. $100. Wow. Thank you so much for the super chat. That is so kind. You said, I will never invest in Bitcoin, but I can tell I did very well with Tesla when I bought in the IPO. I do own a little bit of Tesla stock. Also, thank you so much for the super chat. Love you. Love you, Rick Giannini. Love you, Geostone. I do own some Tesla stock. I don't know if I'm up or down. I don't actively check the prices daily because it's just not good for my mental health. But I do own a little bit of Tesla. What was I saying? Oh yeah, mental health wise. I did used to struggle a lot with mental health. And obviously, I think that like my natural state is that I'm generally a sort of depressive sort of person. I'm always like, I don't think I'm like the happiest person. I generally would say my outlook on life is a little bit bleak. Like, I'm sure a lot of you guys are religious. I'm not religious, which I think can be harmful to some degree for just mental health wise. I'm sure it would make me like happier to be religious, but I don't believe in it, and I can't force myself to pretend to believe in something I don't believe in. Also, no problem with anyone who is religious. Go you, and I think it's helpful to life. But I struggled a lot growing up with just like meaning and purpose and what the fuck is the point of life. I've struggled a lot with sort of existential crises growing up, and I still do. I still have existential crises. But I used to be really, really, really deeply depressed and would struggle pretty constantly with like bouts of feeling suicidal and things like that. And I think I'm doing a lot better now. I still am like I guess I would say that in college I would have identified most with like being quite nihilistic. I probably would have called myself quite nihilistic. I didn't see a point in doing anything. I had the mindset of thinking we're all going to die and nothing we do really matters in the long run. Those thoughts really took over my entire brain. And I would say that it's not like I've changed my entire outlook on life to where I'm like, oh my God, sunshine and rainbows, everything is amazing. But I do think I'm in a much healthier state now. And I do find more meaning in certain aspects of life. Even one of the things I think is most meaningful in life is just connecting with people. And that's one of the things I've enjoyed about making content. I never police what people call me. I get called influencer quite a bit, and I think it's really cringy. But one of the most valuable things I've gotten from this is it sounds so cheesy, and I do struggle with saying cheesy emotional things, but I do enjoy having a community and being able to talk to people like this. And I've met some really cool people off of YouTube, Twitter, off of doing this social media stuff. I've met a lot of people in real life. I've met some of my closest friends through all of this that I talk to on a daily basis. And I think that just human connection, God, it sounds so cheesy, but that really does add quite a bit to my life. And yeah, it has added a lot of value, like doing all this social media stuff. So I do think I'm in a much better place than I have been growing up. Anyway. So I was an emo kid. I did have like an emo kid phase. Like aesthetically. Like I used to listen to like My Chemical Romance, but who didn't? reading. Anyone have questions? Let's see. X space has changed your life completely? Huh, I don't actually do a lot of spaces. Any other questions? If I do run out of questions, I'll probably get off. I do need to make a YouTube video at some point. A lot of you guys wanted me to make a video on the Elon Musk stuff, and I am interested in making a video on it because I do use Twitter a lot. Twitter is actually like my largest platform. I have more followers on Twitter than I do on YouTube. And I was actually impacted by the advertiser pullout because I did notice my payments going a lot lower last payment round. But honestly, I'm also not that upset about it because I'm like, I wasn't expecting to get paid for my tweets in the first place. And like that just started in the past less than a year or so, I guess. So I'm not complaining too much, but I was impacted by that. So I was thinking about making a video on the Elon stuff. So if you have questions on it, let me know. You'll be my manager with zero cut. Well, I mean, if any of you guys think there are sponsors that align with my brand and are not sketchy, are not companies that people could lose money on, if you guys have contacts with brands, then feel free to connect us. I'm happy to take sponsorships from brands that are not sketchy and can't possibly like ruin someone's life. How much money would I want to retire? I guess it depends on where I end up living. Like, for example, if I ended up living in like New York City, which I don't think I want to end up in New York City, it's way too expensive and way too busy and bustling. If I ended up in New York City, I would need a lot of money to retire. If I end up in like Las Vegas is much cheaper, for example, I would need a lot less money here. So I don't know how much I would need to retire. Thoughts on the new Tesla Cybertruck? I'm honestly like, I'm not really a car person. So I'm kind of like, yeah, it looks kind of weird, but I don't know that much about cars, to be honest. So I don't really have like strong opinions on any cars, any vehicles. Okay. Anyway, any final questions? I do drive. What I'm gonna do for the rest of the night? God, maybe I'll work on doing a video on the Elon stuff, I guess. I don't feel like drinking. I don't know. Do I like bicycles? I actually have like traumatic experiences with bicycling. My stepdad got into a really weird biking phase when I was in high school. No, actually, no, when I was like in elementary and middle school. He got into this really weird biking phase and forced me to bike everywhere that we went. He forced me to bike. He forced me to do, I think I was in fucking elementary school. I think I was in, or middle school. No, who fucking cares? I don't know why. Nobody cares. But I was really young, didn't like biking, but he forced me to do like a 50-mile bike ride in Mexico called El Tigre. It was up a fucking massive hill, and I thought I was literally going to die on that bike ride. And I was like a child who was not trained to do bike rides, and a 50-mile bike ride like up a hill called El Tigre in Mexico was not a pleasant experience. I thought I was literally gonna die. He also made us bike ride everywhere we went for like over a year. And you know, like bikers on the road, you know, when you're driving and you're like annoyed by bikers on the road, and some drivers will like roll down their window and be like, fuck you, get off the fucking road. So I'd be like a child biking on the road by force because my stepdad made me do this. So we'd be biking on the road, and then just like grown men would just yell at me and be like, get off the fucking road. And I would be like, I don't want to be here either, man. I don't want to fucking be on the road. I don't want to be here. So anyway, I had some traumatic moments and memories with bicycles. And now I can't touch bikes anymore. Like, he ruined it for me. I hate biking now, and I don't touch them. So anyway, that was my experience with bicycles. Do I relate to the TV show Beef? I thought it was pretty good. I don't remember like relating to it specifically, but it was a pretty good show. Do I drink often? I used to drink a lot. I have noticed mental health wise that I'm much less depressed when I don't drink that much. So I've been trying to limit it to like drinking like once a week or twice a week. Maybe I'll make a video on me not drinking anymore because I used to be, my high school superlative was life of the party because I went out a lot. I was a party animal in high school and in college. I partied a lot. So I'm now reforming myself and I'm happier now. So, point of life is to serve others. I agree with that. I just think that like being able to contribute positively to anyone's life is very valuable and meaningful. So, I agree with this. And that's why I would be interested in doing like not that I'm a mental health professional, but making any videos about mental health that might help anyone or make people feel less alone. That concept is somewhat appealing to me because I remember when I was going through really, really deep depression and was like suicidal in like college and after college, I would watch YouTube videos and I would look for other people who were struggling or for advice and things like that. I would watch YouTube videos about it. So if I would be able to do that for anyone else, it would feel quite meaningful to me. But obviously my YouTube channel is like quite focused on crypto and finance. So I don't know if that would be like too big a shift and if people would just like unfollow me. But also I think that those things are important to talk about. And whether or not I'm like the expert in mental health is, you know, I'm obviously not an actual clinical therapist, but I personally, when I was experiencing those phases of deep depression, I actually just enjoyed kind of commiseration and finding other people who had went through or had been through things that I had was going through and felt at those times. So, yeah, just helping anyone who doesn't to like feel less alone is probably meaningful and worthwhile. I should see a therapist regularly. I've been to therapy on and off, not really on and off. I went to therapy after my breakup, but then I stopped going to therapy because I lost all my money and I was too poor to afford it. So after my breakup, I was like the worst. That was like the worst depression I had ever had, and I started going to therapy, and then I lost all my money to Celsius. So I was like, I can't afford therapy anymore. So I stopped going to therapy. But I do think that honestly, like proactively doing things in life and even starting this little YouTube channel and oh, you signed up for Aura with my promo. Thank you so much. Just watching 1980. Thank you. Thank you for signing up for my Aura promo. Honestly, that's just like I appreciate it in the same way that I appreciate the super chats because it does contribute to me continuing that sponsorship with Aura, and they are just like a company that I trust personally and like use. And I know I've already said all of this, but I do really appreciate it. So if you do sign up for my Aura sponsorship, leave it in a comment on a video or on a live or whatever, and I will thank you personally because it does help me continue with that sponsorship. Someone says I'd be perfect for mental health videos. Yeah, I'd be interested in doing talks about mental health stuff. And yeah, you guys are offering me a bunch of like advice on the mental health stuff. I honestly am in like one of the better places I've ever been in my life, honestly. So I feel pretty good right now, actually. So I'm talking about how I felt in the past. I was like quite deeply depressed growing up and like in high school and college. And I just experienced quite traumatic events in primarily in high school. Also, I guess, yeah, I've had some quite really horrible things happen. So I grappled with that earlier in life, but yeah. You had a lot of data breaches, so thank you. No, thank you. Thank you for signing up. Do I like Jordan Peterson? I actually do really like Jordan Peterson. I know he's quite controversial, but I've found a lot of value in listening to some of Jordan Peterson's lectures. So that's what I will say. Like, a lot of people bring up a lot of finance YouTubers to me. I honestly watch more content in the vein of Jordan Peterson and like Andrew Huberman and I guess those people. I obviously do not think that I'm as intelligent and well versed as any of them. That's not the kind of content I think that I can do. Like I'm not trying to be Jordan Peterson, but yeah, I would be happy to like openly talk about mental health related topics. Just if anyone else struggles with those things. But I do like Jordan Peterson. I know some people really don't like him, but I think he's got, even if I don't agree with everything he says and I don't agree with every view he has, um, I do think he probably leans slightly more traditional and conservative than me, I guess. But I think there's like a lot of value in a lot of his lectures. So I do watch. I actually haven't been watching him that much recently, but I have gone through periods of watching a ton of Jordan Peterson. Alex Mashinsky's trial is in September 2024. Jordan is the GOAT. Someone with a username Positive Vibes says she's a snake. Positive vibes, man. I don't know what I possibly just said that. Did me talking about wanting to kill myself make you say I'm a snake? That's kind of fucking psychotic. Let's see. Fart burp. Clean my room. Oh yeah. Clean your room. Stand up straight. I don't know why everyone's so interested in what languages I speak. I don't speak anything other than English. I speak like intermediate Spanish. I can get by with Spanish in like Colombia and Spain. But I'm not like fluent by any means. But I can have a conversation in Spanish if the person is actively making an effort to speak slowly to me. I can have a conversation. A soft white underbelly. I've actually seen that username before on YouTube, but I don't think I've watched many of their videos. Okay. Does anyone else have any last questions? Gerard, I was going to say, I haven't gotten a super chat in a while, so I'm going to get off. Gerard Allen, thank you for the super chat. I love you, Gerard Allen. Thank you for the super chat. Oh my God. Do I read the Bible for mental health? No. And for people who are not religious, I don't think that you can force yourself to be religious. Personally, I think that there's a lot of value in religion, and I think it would probably make me a happier person if I did believe in God. But I don't believe in it, so I can't force myself to like brainwash myself into believing in something I don't believe in. Also, no hate on religion. I think that there's a lot of value in religion, and I respect anyone who is religious, but I don't think I can force myself to believe in things that I don't believe in. Do I drink whiskey? I do like whiskey, actually. Out of all the hard alcohols, whiskey is my favorite drink. I do think that it tastes the best, especially compared to things like vodka. Well, my go-to drink at like a nightclub is to order like a vodka soda just because it's easy. It's easy drinking. But I think taste-wise, I like whiskey the best. So, the most underrated aspect of religion is community. I mean, I agree with that, and I think community is really important to life. And that's also one of the things that I think that having a little YouTube channel and having like these little online communities, it's obviously not the same as religion, but it has added to my life to have a little community. And I've met really good people from doing all this stuff. So I've enjoyed it. And it has added to my life in a positive way. Okay. Any last messages? I'm gonna sign off. I love you all so very much. Once again, if you do sign up for my Aura subscription for the free trial, let me know. Burp, because it helps me continue with that sponsorship. It's my longest ongoing sponsorship so far. Aura.com, AURA. I probably should have clarified that. AURA.com/Tiffany. That is my Aura sponsorship link. So if you sign up for it, let me know so I can thank you. How is Sam's mental health now? I haven't talked to Sam directly, but from what I've heard from someone on his team, they said that he's doing the best he can under the circumstances. Honestly, like, yeah, Sam is not the most emotional person. I should probably address some of the things that I talked about in the Gene Borello interview at some point, because there were some bits from the Gene Borello interview, like the fact that Sam was on suicide watch, that got really sensationalized in the media and on Twitter, because he was on suicide watch in August when he initially got into jail. But since I just released that video, some of these people on Twitter are trying to make like a headline and just say that he's currently on suicide watch, and they're turning it into the whole conspiracy theory about like Jeffrey Epstein, etc. He's not currently on suicide watch, so I just wanted to clear that up. That was in August. So anyway, I love you all so very much. If you sign up for my Aura subscription through my link at aura.com/Tiffany, then let me know that you signed up for it, and I will thank you personally. And thank you to everyone who sent me super chats. I really appreciate it. Your girl doesn't make a lot of money. Your girl turns down most interviews or most sponsorships I've gotten that are crypto related, so I appreciate any of the additional help. Thank you for super chats. Thank you for the support. You can also follow me on Twitter at Tiffany Fong with 1_. Oh my God, I'm linking and plugging everything right now. This is so fucking cringe. You can also, I guess, follow me on Twitch, because people told me I should start streaming on Twitch. So my username is Tiffany Fong TV. You can also follow the Tiffany Fong with no TV, but I can't log into that account. So unless I get back onto it, then I'm fucked. So what else should you follow me on? I have a Substack, tiffanyfong.substack.com, where I've posted some little like clips of my interviews with Sam. I did post, I posted a little clip of me trying to get Sam to try ecstasy. I tried to get Sam Bankman-Fried to try ecstasy at one point. I posted a little clip on that. I don't really plug it's only posted on my Substack. I don't like shill my Substack that much. So there's a lot of like fun little bits on there that are kind of secret, because I don't really plug my Substack that often, but I did at one point try to get Sam to try taking ecstasy. He said no. But I thought that part of our conversation was funny. Anyway, I said I was gonna leave. Do I do drugs? I used to. Not like, I was never addicted to drugs. The only thing I've ever been addicted to is like vaping, but I've tried a lot of drugs. Anyway, I love you all. Let me know if you sign up for my Aura subscription, aura.com/Tiffany. Okay, bye. I love you. Love you so much. I'll miss you. Maybe I'll do more of these. It is kind of fun. Okay. Bye, honeys. I love you. Miss you. Think about you every day. Bye.